on us now, apparently, Sparky. Hey, welcome everybody. We're here. Of course, we know what we're here for. The New Zealand Stockcar Champs, proudly brought to us by Makita. My name's Bianca. Of course, I've got Daniel Sparky Gibbs right next to me. Daniel, we were just having a quick chat offline before we went live, and I don't know your excitement level, but it's starting to pick up.
I've been fizzing for this since we won it. Rotorua won it this time last year up there in Auckland. Great to have this event here, 10 years to the weekend after Rotorua took away from Palmerston off in 2013-14. So it's going to be a ripper of a weekend. Big thank you to Makita for jumping on board, sponsoring this event, sponsoring the Rascals. But we're in for a doozy of a weekend. We've got one new team entering this weekend, the Central Coyotes from Cromwell. We've got the Kiki Kings here for the first time under the Kings banner. Previously running under the Kiki Crusaders, so a couple of quite exciting things in the loops here, mate.
Yeah, absolutely, and we have to welcome back the Canterbury Can-Do Crushers. That is a mouthful, believe you me. They came very close to winning it a couple of years ago in Huntley. They missed out last year, unfortunately, but we welcome them back here to Rotorua tonight.
You always know that teams racing is in a good position when the team's event has two self-following teams plus, you know.
Yeah.
We had two up in Hamilton. We had the Otago Outlaws and the Canterbury Can-Do Crushers. Very, very heartbreaking for them at that. So they've got redemption this weekend at a track that is going to be a very, very level field across all the cars.
Yeah, absolutely. And if we take a look at that, you know, the cars that we've got here, on paper there are a couple of standout teams. There's no two ways about it. There are. However, if we look back to the past teams racing, any teams racing, no matter what track it is, there's so many surprises and whoopsie daisies and ups and downs that you just can't discount even the likes of the Coyotes coming up from the South Island this year, because the Otago Outlaws did it.
Yep.
They absolutely drove their hearts off a couple of years ago. We miss them. We want them to come back because they were the heart and spirit of the meeting, and we might see that again tonight.
100%. The Otago team did themselves so proud. They did Dunedin so proud. They finished fifth at an event that they'd never been to before. So something like the Central Coyotes, they've got Trezan Ryland Annabelle. He's a seasoned veteran out of the Vulcans. He's down south working and living down there now. So he's jumped onto the Central Coyotes. They've got the likes of Dylan Robb in the background with them. They've got Ricky Bolton in the background with them. Jacob Bolton's in the team, so it's an exciting team. I follow these guys quite a bit through my page, of course, and they're very fast cars.
Yeah, they all are. They're all. I mean, and like you say, it's great to welcome them here. I think this is the kind of track where they're just going to come on here and do well. We have a tricky corner 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. We know that, but I think a couple of practice laps and these guys are going to grab it really quickly because the track is so well prepared for them.
Stan's done an unreal thing here. We come out before, we had a little bit of rain. We walked out on track and it's still hard, very hard. You got your gumboots on, and you thought it was going to be mushy and wet. We walked straight across here perfectly. You can see the cars coming out on track now. It's starting, the excitement's starting to build. The crowd's filling up. And it's going to be a doozy of a night. Yeah,
absolutely. And I do absolutely love, like we say, the environment in which these teams are managing to thrive as well. And if we take a quick look at Rotorua, who won last year, their little camp that they've got over there is so well set up. And they've not cordoned themselves off from the rest of the teams, but they've just taken on board the environment. A little bit of mahi is going to go a long way. I'm really interested to see what this team will do, not because of the defending champions, because I like the environment in which they're operating at the moment.
Yeah, I've been around that team for a few years now, and over the last couple of years, the excitement's just built unreal. That team is dialed in for this weekend. Yep. They want to impress this Rotorua crowd so much.
Yep.
So they've got the mahi put in at the right times, and this weekend is just it's trust the process, really.
Yeah, absolutely, and trust each other as well. I was actually speaking to one of the partners of the Stratford team, and she said, Bianca, they're all dialed in. Everybody knows their job. They're working together and talking together as a team. There's no individuality in that team. For me, that'll be the team to watch this year. I'm sorry, I know you're a Rotorua Rebels fan, but I think I'll be watching the Scrappers.
Good right too. They took out the Palmerston North teams invasion over the Rotorua Rascals a few weeks ago. They were dialed in. They're only missing a couple of cars from there. They've added Phil Gargans. They've added Tyler Walker. You've got Taylor Lamb from Palmerston North. You've also got the rookie of the year last year, Caleb Coxhead. This team is dialed in. throw in Todd Duffy and Hayden Barker. Hayden Barker is one of the most underrated teams racers in New Zealand.
Yeah, and also, I mean, if we talk about underrated, it's almost like the drivers that don't do a little travelling that can actually slip in under the radar because these guys aren't studying the every move at every track. They can go out, they don't know if they're going to run, they're going to float, they're going to block. It makes teams racing really interesting.
Should we go over and grab a manager and driver, should we?
Yeah, absolutely. As you guys can see, the teams are coming out behind us. We'll try and bring as many as we can. Sometimes it's hard, we have to drag them off the cars, but we'll go and see if we can...
grab the ones that are coming around now.
Yeah. I'll go and speak to my favourite scrappers, just by coincidence.
Also, upstairs, we've got Paul Hickey as well joining us this weekend. Very thankful to have him. All the knowledge in the world, arguably an encyclopedia. Paul Hickey up there, mate. Welcome back from a bit of how do you put it, sickness, mate?
Well, yeah, the big COVID got me, so I've got to say thank goodness I'm out of isolation as of yesterday. Still a little bit of a croaky throat, so that's why Sparky's going to be looking after most of the stuff this weekend. Yeah, hey, how exciting to have this Makita New Zealand Stockcar Teams Championships back here at Paradise Valley Speedway after a 10-year hiatus, I'd like to say. It's come home maybe, or is that going a wee bit too far, Sparky?
100%, mate. Looks like Bianca has John Booker with her.
Look, I have John Booker. He's a manager of the... I keep wanting to say Stratford. Scrapers. The Stratford Stormers. I'll get that right. And we have, of course, Tyler Walker. Now, John Booker, your name is synonymous, of course, in motor racing, but what's it like to be a part of a camp where you've got a mix of experienced drivers and some up-and-coming drivers?
Hey, I look forward to working with these drivers. They are experienced drivers, but there is a lot of experienced teams out there now, and it's anybody's game out there. We don't consider ourselves the best, but to be the best, you got to beat the best. So Rotorua have been the best, so yeah, let's go from there, eh?
Yeah, absolutely. You've got a lot of eyes on you this weekend, of course, because you have such a good, experienced, well-driven, well-practiced team. But what do you think it actually takes to win a meeting like this? Is it lots of individual standouts, or is it more of a teamwork game?
Hey, it's a lot of thought got to go into it. It's not just fast cars. It's about the guy behind the wheel's got to do his job, and his job changes quite often in the race. So he's got to put himself in that position that, hey, I've got to change my role.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's the thing, you've got to be able to read the race really well, and I can't imagine anyone who can read a race better than old Tyler Walker over here. So John, I'm going to jump over to Tyler. Tyler, welcome to Rotorua. It's very unfair of you to be standing uphill from me already. Tyler, I was just speaking to the manager, of course, and he said, teams racing is a mix of individual stands out, but mainly teamwork and knowing exactly what your job is, and that can change in a heartbeat.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's pretty hard going. All the teams are so even these days, so everyone's got to be switched on straight from the start, and it only takes one little thing to go wrong and it's going to cost your whole team everything. So yeah, we just got to come out and do what we can. Yeah,
absolutely, and we've seen time and time again there is a lot of heartbreak in teams racing. How do you actually make sure all the drivers in the environment that you are in, if you do suffer heartbreak in one of your races, that you pick the boys back up to get out there again?
I guess trying to just keep positive, really. Like, if you get down on them, it's only going to get them down, and it's only going to wreck our own, our next race. So, you got to bring people back up, get them straight back up, and hopefully they're firing straight away for the next race. So.
Absolutely. Listen, your team's here to come back around to pick you up, Tyler, so we'll let you get back onto it. We'll see if we can get another manager and a driver, but good luck, you guys. I'm not going to give you the commentator's curse. All I'm going to say is good luck.
No worries. Thank you very much.
Cheers.
Yeah, I'm over here with the 655 team, mate. Registering Cromwell this week, mate?
Yeah, Cromwell for a week, bro. I'm a Dunedin car, really, so shout out to all the Dunedin boys. But Ricky Bolton gave me the opportunity to come on teams race with these guys, and mate, like, what an opportunity. I'm pumped to be part of it. Like, what a venue, what an event. Wicked.
Welcome to the Coliseum, mate. There's nothing like teams racing around here at Rotorua Speedway. You're from the deep, dirty south, mate. You've travelled a long way here. What sort of teams racing have you done in the past, mate?
Bro, heaps. Like, I'm on debut. I've done one teams race at home. So dead set on debut. Don't tell the opposition that, but I'll give it everything I've got. I'm pumped. I'm into it.
Well, good luck for this weekend, mate, and make sure you do your team proud, bro, and welcome to Paradise Valley.
Thanks a lot, mate.
Sweet. Oh, Bianca, have you got someone over there?
Yeah, I do. I'm down here. You may not be able to hear me because we've got the kettlebell swinging well and truly loudly behind me. Hey, job well done. Look at this guy who's going to walk in behind me. We've got Lance, who is a Waikato manager, and then we've got Jamie, who is a driver. So first off, I want to welcome you both to Rotorua.
Oh, thanks very much. Yeah.
And welcome to Rotorua. Have you ever been here before in teams racing?
I think the last time I teams raced here was 11 years ago.
Oh golly, no pressure or anything like that, but hey, do you know what? Teams racing is teams racing no matter what track it's on.
No, it's all the same. You sit at the end of the straight and just wait to get hit.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's pretty much, isn't it? Hey, are you guys prepared? How do you prepare yourself? Are you prepared for this weekend? It's going to be a huge weekend of teams racing.
I think the guys have just done all the prep this week and worked hard on their cars, and mentally they just start thinking about it pretty early in the week, I think, and just getting used to the pressures that are coming. So, yeah.
And when does that hard mahi start? Does that start to get yourself into the team, or does that really start once you've named in the team?
It starts at the end of last season. You've got to get the car back together, get it 100%, start early. The more laps you do, the better you are.
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, good luck for tonight. These guys are absolutely deafening, and it's awesome that time and time again they're always here to support you. That must get you racked up.
Thanks a lot.
Awesome. Go well. Hey, Daniel. Oh my gosh, I can barely hear out of one ear now. It's awesome that everywhere they go, you can always hear the cowbells. That's such great support.
I still remember years ago when they turned up, they weren't even at Superstock teams, they still bring the cowbells, bring everything.
Yeah.
But that's what it is, pride of the Waikato, pride of the Huntley team. Jamie said it best. It started after teams last year.
Yeah.
Teams last year, they regrouped. They're arguably got the most depth in the whole country for stock cars. You know, Palmerston have a lot of cars,
Yep.
but they field two teams regularly. They go to Stratford, they take two teams.
Yes.
Do their home event, two teams. They have depth on depth on depth. They've lent cars to Kiki this weekend. It's just unreal what Huntley's done. Arguably a few years ago when the likes of Hutch and Tyson Wooten that dropped off, they didn't really have many of the guys coming through, but the likes of Casey Cheatham, William White, Dave Moore's come back now into the tenfold. So good on them, man, and they are going to be ones to watch as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And like you said, we've had a couple of the really, really strong, prominent drivers actually, stop the teams racing. They didn't lose their way. They knew what they needed to do, and they actually started recruiting. And like I say, all the prep work comes out early in the year. So good on them for fronting up again. It's really good to see.
Yep, 100%. Out on track, we've got the Wanganui Vulcans. They finished second last year in a very, very brutal semi-final and a final.
Yeah, listen, not the Waikato, the Wanganui team is definitely one of the most progressive teams at the moment, I think. Year on year, they just get stronger and stronger. They get better and better. I don't know what they're doing down in Wanganui. It's such a great track to be a part of.
Yep, only one change from the team from last year. Big Ra, he's not in the team this year, but they've added Cody Eberlaster, brand new car for him. He fits that like a glove now. Being a big boy, you can't buy these second-hand cars. You get all bunched up and you don't feel right. He has a car built for him. He's been going fast, and he is not afraid to wreck it.
And that is the key to it. You need to feel safe in these cars. You can't go out there and concentrate and go and, the name of the game in teams racing is, yes, we need to get across the line, but I also want to destroy every single car without hurting any drivers on my opposing team. So you have to feel comfortable in that car.
Yep, and only one or two teams that don't have a rookie in their team. Palmerston North and Wanganui are the only two teams that don't have any rookies this weekend, which is honestly so good for the likes of Wanganui. Another team like the Waikato boys that were almost dead and done a while ago.
Yeah, I mean, it shows that Speedway is alive and kicking in New Zealand. I think when we were down in Wellington a couple of weeks ago for the New Zealand champs, there were, 200 or nearly 300 cars. We're not dead yet, and it is amazing that we've wheedled down from that group of amazing drivers to these few drivers who have made it here this weekend.
Yep, next out on track is the Auckland Alley Cats.
Oh.
This team's had a big shake-up from last year to this year. Former title holders, they took it out in Huntley over the Can-Do Crushers. These guys have got a lead by Corey Baker and Gary Lonergan.
Yep.
I'll just throw in Logan Pete, eh?
Logan Pete, I mean, I seen
Unreal.
him and he wasn't actually driving his car, and I was like, I wonder why he's not even in the team. And I was like, oh yeah, hang on just a minute. But hey, what a privilege it is, and what a learning opportunity it is for these guys to actually be, mentored by Gary Lonergan. We've got to address and we've got to acknowledge the years and years of experience that Gary has. To me, he's probably one of the best teams drivers in the country right now.
One of only a few guys that were here 10 years ago for the Auckland Alley Cats. That's got to say something in itself. 10 years at the top of the game. He's a 3-time, I think, title holder. That's nothing to sneeze at. You've also got Max Wilton. Sam Wright currently holds the lap record around Rotorua Speedway as well. And you've also got Matt Nathan down the back in the Chev V6. So that's a very, very exciting team.
Yeah, and I think no matter what position you are, Auckland's always ready for redemption. I'm going to say that and leave it there.
Yep. Right behind them, the Wellington Young Guns. They are the young guns this weekend now, aren't they?
Yeah, absolutely. It is really sad. Well, it's probably not sad, but it's really different that we don't see the Levines in this line out. But what that's done is given a huge opportunity to these younger drivers who have been absolutely thropping at the bit to get into this team.
Yeah, 100%. You've got Harrison Hockey in the 7W, 10W Ben Ellis, 21W Sam Parker, 31W Tim Parker.
Yep.
It's the Parker Hocking and Darren Gray. Also Ellis as well. So you've got Anthony Hocking, Darren Gray in there as well.
Yeah.
So it's pretty good to see.
If anyone hasn't done their fantasy teams yet, I would probably suggest right now to go and put Tim or maybe even Sam Parker in your team. These boys here are absolutely fearless. We see them time and time again. They're not afraid to write their car off for a good cause. Listen, we'll see if we can go and get some more drivers for you. If you go down to Wanganui, I'll see if I can get somebody who is coming around the corner. We've also got the Palmerston Pumas on the track as well. Of course, they're led by, where are they? Oh, they're behind Kiki. Led by Stu Russell. We're not going to try and interview Stu as much as possible because we need a timer for that guy. Listen, have you got someone down there, Daniel?
Yeah, I'm trying to get Cody Eberlester over here. He can't get his daughter off the roof. I'll just wait a couple of seconds and I'll actually go down to him, see if I can get down here.
This is probably the slowest we're ever going to see these stock cars in our lives. Normally we don't have to wait we don't need to wait for them to come around the corner, do we, Daniel?
Yeah, it's a tricky track to sort of do a Grand Parade on like this, but I'm down here with the 16V, Cody Eberlester, mate. Big Rev, how are you?
Yeah, good, mate. How are you?
Yeah, good. Happy to be here.
Yeah, definitely. Love the fucking valley, eh? Oh.
Yeah, I was just saying to Bianca, mate, you're the only new addition from last year. Big Ra's not in here. You're in your own car now. For a while there, you had borrowed cars. You weren't quite comfortable being a big boy in other cars, mate. How do you feel in this new car?
It's good. A lot comfier, built for me, and safety's pretty paramount. So I feel a lot safer in this car, and we're happy with how it's going. So.
Yep, big rebuild not a big rebuild from last year. Coming second last year, you guys wanted to capitalise on that this year?
Yeah, 100%. We're hungry for it, eh? We want to get it back to Ocean View. It'll be wicked there, and the boys, we're keen. We got the good gear. We're going for it.
Yep, that's always good to hear, mate. All right, I'm going to try grab Jerry as well. Big Jezza. This man's never scared of the camera. Jerry Linklater, mate. A little bit different these days standing out here as a manager.
Yeah, no, it is a bit of a change for us, but I love it, helping the boys out and love our club, doing anything for our club, so it's just really cool to have found this way to help.
Yep, second last year, mate. Very, very brutal final against Rotorua. You guys got so close. You guys should be so proud of yourself from where the likes of Wanganui was 5-6 years ago, mate. It was dire for a while there.
Yeah, no, definitely, and we're working towards a bit of sustained success. We've had a lot of good runs at Palmy for the invasion down there, and pretty much everywhere we've been going, we've really turned things around, and it's really positive. Good group of guys and a strong squad. Yeah, it's really good.
Yep. So your team this year, mate, one car missing from Big Ra. You've chucked Big Rev in a car that's built for him. That's something to be excited about.
Yeah, absolutely. And obviously we'll miss Ra not being here tonight. He's a quality driver. But yeah, when one steps out, an opportunity opens up, and yeah, Big Rev will go Hundy in his new car.
Sweet, mate. Good luck for tonight. And I see Bianca's got someone down there with her.
Yeah, I sure do. I have my friend Blake Brooks. Blake, usually a selection for the team. Unfortunately, not picked this year. But like you said, Bianca, I'm not upset because it shows the depth of our team.
Oh, 100%. I mean, hey, we all live and breathe this, and I mean, this is the main event for us. And I mean, to me, this is a bigger event than the New Zealand's. I I mean, we all went through the New Zealand's a couple of weeks ago, and we all built for this event, and our depth in our squad is huge now, so it doesn't matter who made the team, we're all just as good as each other. So sitting on the bench and swinging spinners, hey, I'm doing my part for the team.
Absolutely, and it's great to actually see you here as well, because Blake, you do bring such character to the team. You bring the experience, you bring the kind of personality that these guys would absolutely sit and listen and hear what you want to say.
Oh, 100%, and that's what we're all about. You know, we all help each other out. That's why we got Gary in the team, and you know, a few of the other boys. We all got quite a bit of experience, and hey, I try and put my best input in and swinging spanners. And like I've said before, the events get won in the pits and from the crew and the support and that. And if the cars are 100%, the guys have just got to do their job. And so us crews and the people that swing spinners are just as important as the drivers themselves.
Oh, absolutely, 100%, because listen, these drivers, it's almost like you're the stress buffer for them. So yes, like you say, they have a really important job to do, and you just want to take that stress away from them.
Well, that's what we got to do, right? We got to take as much stress as possible so they can just do their job and do what they're good at. And hey, I love being a part of it. We live and breathe this. This is why you're here. This is why I'm here. Hey, let's get ready for this event.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm starting to get excited. I'm also starting to get a lot wet. You go and join your team, and we'll see if we can find another driver, Blake. I might have to come and pinch your hat.
Yeah, I'll grab one of these Kiki drivers. I'll grab Josh Humble, 46K. You're back this year, mate. You're under a new name. Kiki Kings have finally made their appearance at New Zealand Stockcar teams, mate.
Oh yeah, I guess it is our first year back as Kings here. Yeah, we got a good bunch of guys. I think we're ready to give it a bit of a better go this year, so see how we go.
How cool's the team though? Everyone has been in and about Kiki. You raced for Kiki last year. Graham Munn raced for Kiki last year. Hamish White started his racing at Kiki. Got Carl Garnett, TA boy. It's pretty cool little niche group you've got.
Yeah, I guess we're going back to our roots, getting a few locals in instead of some Palmy guys. So it's been good. I think the boys will do the club proud. It's their 70th year this year, so it's quite good to have Kiki representing them on their 70th year. Hopefully we can just do them proud.
Sweet, man. We might try duck out of this rain. Good luck for this tonight, mate. So we might throw back over to Bianca.
Yeah, I'm here with Tim Parker. Tim Parker and I are sitting here going, oh, what's happening? As you can see, it's starting to rain. There's no two ways about it. It's absolutely coming down.
Yeah, it was raining 2 hours ago, and it got sunny again, so hopefully it'll happen again and it'll dry out. So I'm definitely keen to get out there and do it. So a good show, yeah.
The bonus of this track too is I think we can go on until forever and a day, Tim. But Tim, firstly, welcome to Rotorua. Of course, you've come all the way from Wellington. It's a long way to come. You guys, I was just praising you on the stream before. You wouldn't have heard, but you guys are not here to mess around. The Young Guns is a whole new look, a whole new feel, and I really actually like your chances.
Yeah. We're obviously up here to prove a point, and got quite a new team. But yeah, we're just going to bond and we'll gel together, and we'll hopefully take it back home.
Absolutely. Of course, that's my hometown, so I'd love to have it down there. But listen, Tim, what do you think it's actually going to take this weekend to beat every other single car on the track?
Oh, just doing your job and just staying clean, really. Just don't put yourself in a dumb spot, and just slowly pick away at it. Yeah.
Tim, who are your first and second races tonight?
We got Gisborne and then Meeanee.
Oh, golly me. Okay, listen, I'm not going to say anything other than good luck. Tim, I can see the cars are moving slowly back into the pit area. Go and join your team, Tim. I wish you and your brother the best of luck for this weekend.
Yeah, sweet, thank you.
Cheers.
Yeah, I'm over here. I braved the rain. I've got the madman himself, the 164G, Willie Carr. How are you, brother?
Yeah, good. Very good. Yeah, we're looking forward to it. Yeah, we're amped up. We're ready to go.
Ready to wind that flat chassis up, mate?
Oh, yeah, we'll try our best, You know, if anyone's out there on the track, you better look out.
Yep, you've done real well, mate. You've come into this team for the last couple of seasons. You've done yourself proud. You did real well last year. You've done well at the Palmy teams. What does it mean to represent your club at a big event like this?
Oh, it's big, during the off-season, we've done a huge amount of work down at the club, so we've been down there most weekends and weeks, doing a bit of mahi, and there's a lot of club members that have done a lot of work down there as well, and you know, to actually come out here and rep the G, we're ready to go.
Sweet as, mate. Two big races tonight. Yep. Are you boys up for it?
Yeah, no, we've done our homework, and we're about as good as ready to go as we can be. We've got our tough races like everybody does. Like we got Wellington and then Wanganui in the second one. So we'll see how the first one goes and we'll make a plan for the second one.
Sweet, mate. Good luck for tonight.
Well, good. Cheers. Thanks.
Sweet. All right, Bianca, have you got someone now?
Yeah, I have. I've actually got a debutant, Tyler. Tyler, you're all smiles now, but tell us honestly, how are the nerves setting in now?
Yeah, so it'll be a bit nervous once I put the belts on and shit and go out for my first one. Oh, sorry.
No, don't apologise. This is what we're all here for. But listen, you're in a really experienced team with some really great drivers. They've been giving you a bit of coaching and a little bit of, advice on how to survive some team races.
Yeah, and Huggies down in Christchurch and Harley and stuff, they've all helped out a lot and it's much appreciated, and let's go.
I mean, if we mention those two names again, they're synonymous with teams racing, of course. You couldn't find any better coaches.
Yeah, they're good coaches and they're teaching us along the way, so they've done it for years and know what to do, so it's good.
Listen, we're getting absolutely soaked right now. Go and get dry, join your team. Good luck. I'll come and interview you later.
I've got the Palmerston off Pumas manager over here, Stu Russell, mate. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. I'm nice and dry.
Yeah, it's nice and dry under this big flag, mate. Did you get it from Temu?
Yeah, Temu special, I think, mate. Probably $5. Does the job. Everyone else has got these cool flags. We're going to go bigger and better.
Got a big team this year, mate. You work on damning your boomers to back into the squad?
Yeah. This is a pretty close team to what we had when we got second down in Wellington. So, yeah, we're pumped, We're here to win it. 5 checkered flags for us this weekend. That gets us a trophy. We're taking it back to Palmy. We're taking the teams back home where it belongs.
Sweet, mate. Good luck for this weekend, mate. And Bianca's got a Rotorua rascal with her.
Yeah, I mean, if anyone's going to cause you a little bit of grief, it's going to be Stu Russell. Dion Henderson, where's the sun?
It'll come back, don't worry. No matter what, you're not going to rain on our parade. We're enjoying ourselves, and Stu had to be talking crap there, saying he's taking it back home. It is home, and it's not going anywhere.
I believe that too. Listen, Dion, I'm going to come and talk to you later. It's absolutely pouring down. We're getting soaking wet. There's no point in standing here looking like idiots. I'll meet you in the pits.
Damn straight. Yeah, we'll do that later.
Well, there we go. The Grand Parade done and dusted and truncated it a little bit quicker than what the plan would have been. And well, brave souls here at TWS Paradise Valley Speedway, but hey, it's nothing we're not used to with Speedway Season A. Yes, and to those watching through the stream, through the Pits Media, we did have quite a heavy downpour, maybe not quite this heavy. 2 hours or so ago, then it did clear up and some bright sunshine, but fingers crossed this doesn't stick around.
Technical Welding Services Hamilton are specialists in the transit concrete mixer industry. From chassis drop-off to a full working concrete mixing, the team will take care of the job from start to finish. Full engineering services and general sheet metal work can also be undertaken. Need a quote? Call 07 847 2031 or visit our website www.techweld.nz. Technical Welding Services Hamilton, we are the experts.
Hey, I'm Sean.
Hey, I'm Jace.
And we are Sign Solutions.
Situated at 61 Preston Street in Invercargill, we can meet all your signage needs.
Until now, because you've called him out.
Oh, mate, I've been one of Hayden Barker's biggest fans. Anyone that knows me knows I'm a big Hayden Barker fan. Hell of a nice guy, and also, just loves to get into the mahi, which is what we love up here. They have one rookie this weekend, Phil Gargan, in the 28S. So I've got a little bit of a Shans with Sparky rookie of teams going on and stuff like that.
Has he done any super stock teams racing?
Oh, no.
Or also... Okay, so you've been in rookie as in rookie New Zealand Stockcar Teams Championships.
Yep.
Okay, so this is how your Stratford Stormers side line up. Philip Gargan, Todd Duthie, Tyler Walker, Caleb Coxhead, Hayden Barker and Taylor Lamp are the Stratford Stormers.
Yep, Meeanee Maulers are kicked off with the 10B, Ethan Dorwood, Scott Gallop following up from the New Zealand Stockcar Superstock teams a couple of weeks ago in the 48B car. 65B, Royden Hine, 75B, Leroy Riley the 78B Gibson Tout and the 86B Brad Singer.
So the nerves.
Yep, Leroy O'Reilly will be hoping to have a better teams campaign this year. He went out for the hot laps in Auckland, blew his diff, and that's all she wrote. Didn't get a race for the weekend, so had a bit of a chat with him this weekend. He's got a brand new car built by Caleb Ireland this year. Feels very, very comfortable in the car. It's a very fast car. So as I talked about in the pre-show with the 16V of Cody Alabaster about cars being built for him, 33S is down there.
We can't have two... If he's wanting a 3-minute bell, we can't have 2 3-minute bells.
No, that's why they'll probably just send him off then.
Yeah.
Unless all these...
So what we're seeing here, you've got the two sides. You've got on the pit straight, the black and yellow of Taranaki, the Stratford Stormers, and on the main straight, in the white cars, is the Meeanee Maulers representing Hawke's Bay. 6 cars per team. They're about to get 4 laps of practice. And then we will grid up and go racing. So practice, hot laps for race number 1.
Oh, it's all starting to get real now, Paul.
Yep, no hiding now. We are about to do it. So the ring-in.
Yep, 922S, Taylor Leb. He's raced for them at the Palmerston North Teams Invasion. When they won it, they took it out against Rotorua, eliminating Keegan Orr first lap. So they took out the Palmerston North Teams Invasion. Of course, they had the 13 car of Lucas Hay in their team, who was racing for Gisborne this weekend. Good to see the Meeanee Maulers blooding in a few drivers as well. Royden Hind, the 65B car, a rookie this weekend as well. The 75 car of Leroy O'Reilly. Bradley Singer as well. And they welcome Scott Gallup from the Hawkeyes into the Meeanee Maulers. Of course, Gallup doing many, many years racing for the Waikato Raiders in his home-built cars. I think he's jumped in his son's car this weekend to do this event.
Knows this track real well. Did his youth mini stock racing based out of Rotorua.
Yeah, him and his brother.
Yep.
We'll see them just say a few cars will be going to the pit gate. A lot of them getting caught out here on the exit of turn 4.
So not sure whether we're going to have Bianca doing any updates from the pit gate. So we'll just wait and see if that's going to come through. But yeah, like you say, Sparky will be... I think we had one teams race all weekend last 2 weeks ago in Palmerston North. One teams race where there were no cars at the pit gate. So it's just kind of become a little bit of the norm now. So we'll see. We've got 5 of them pulling up here. A couple for the...
Bradley Singer checking the high side of the track as well. We could just see him just planting his foot up the top and no wheel spin, which is quite good to see. So we see 3 of the Hawke's Bay cars pulled to the infield, 1 Stratford car. So there's a big... Oh no, I cursed it. Gibson Trout's trying to come in. But so basically what happens, these guys will pull up to the pit gate. There'll be a 3-minute bell go off. No one can join and no one can leave until the man with the red flag says so.
So here we go. So the 3 minutes is now underway. So now the crews can come out to their respective cars, talk to the drivers, say, what's your issue? Maybe they're going to change some of the setup in the car.
One more click of the belt is quite common as well. So you can see down here in front of us, Paul Gibson Tout in the 78B, his guy reaching straight in with the belt the ratchet belt tightener, and he just gives it a few more clicks, gives him a shake, just double checking everything's okay, turning the all-important GoPro on. Team manager down here just double checking everything's okay. Meeanee Maulers are yet to win this event and take it back to the Meeanee track over in Hawke's Bay. Come close a couple of years with Regan O'Brien and Mike Mack. 32 car of Duffy's getting a bit of a workover down here. They're just checking something in the rear of the car, as the same as the 55S car.
Team manager John Booker down there, he's issuing instructions.
Oh, they're lifting Gargan's car up. They've got no jack, so they're lifting Gargan's car up so they can do the springs. I think the cameraman's just moved away from the wall now. You can sort of see them on the outside of the row, on inside row. They're all lifting the car up. I don't know if the camera from the other side of the track can pick that up. They're all finished now though.
So still a minute 21 left. So it does feel like a long time, the 3 minutes. But it is the way it is, and I think you got to pretty much factor it into every team's race now. And then there's although there's not as much of the kind of tactical dance in and out and on and off the grid as there used to be. Reminding you that Meeanee won the toss.
Yep.
And elected to take the outside pole. Everybody's gone. All the crews have gone. And there we go. So we are away.
Quite cool how they do the toss in before the racing now. Remember back at Palmerston, they used to do it out on the infield and you wouldn't know till you're out on the track. So
and then the team manager's got to run down and tell everybody, oh no, it's much better.
I'd be stuffed if I was a team manager running up and down with the coin toss. I'm puffed just running up the stairs, mate. Samuel Ashton up here with us, mate. You've got a bit of a smile on your face now. Bit of teams racing happening out here. Man of many words.
Here we go.
Leo O'Reilly in the 75B car looks like he's going to come up and take the outside of row number 1.
See, this is really interesting. I honestly thought with them taking outside pole that they were going to drive it all the way down and
they could
right
still
onto
drive,
the pole line.
They could still drive from the outside down though and make it more slipperier. Because you've got to remember that they've got cars in behind the inside of the row as well, so they won't want
but now
to
this gives the inside row the opportunity to come all the way out, away from the pole line.
So we see the 33S of Tyler Walker take the track now for the first team's race of the night. He lines up alongside Leroy O'Reilly, Caleb Coxhead. Coming in behind Leroy O'Reilly in the 55S. Down underneath him, the 65B of Royden Hine makes his New Zealand team's debut for the Meeanee Maulers. Ethan Dorwood in behind the 55S of Caleb Coxhead in the 10B car. Taylor Lamp pulled to the infield. Todd Duffy, of course the Duffy name, very formidable with the Stratford Stormers. Brother Mark winning it a couple of times with the team. See Gibson Tout and Scott Gallup pull to the infield for the Meeanee Maulers. So Bradley Singer will take the back of the grid alongside Hayden Barker in the 84S. That is the 4v4 for the first teams race of the Makita New Zealand Stockcar Teams Champs here at TWS Paradise Valley Speedway. So we see the clerk of the course happy as with how they've all lined up. We wait for the start.
10 lappers.
Oh yeah. Yep. A pace you. Just waiting for everyone to get out of their cars there on the infield. Pace chute pulls off. We're going to go racing. Hour and a half after the scheduled time. They're on the brakes. Hayden Barker reverses up on the back. Tyler Walker gets off to a start now for the Stratford Stormers. Hayden Barker holds up the 86S on the infield. Royden Hine gets away as well, as does the 32 car of Todd Duffy. Tyler Walker now coming up onto the back of Ethan Dorwood. 2 cars holding up the 84 car. Here goes Tyler Walker into the back bumper. Into the side, of Ethan Dorwood. He now has to deal with the 75 of Leroy O'Reilly as he comes around turn 3 and 4. O'Reilly now down into turn 1 and 2. There's a block car waiting down there. Tyler Walker now up onto the back of it. Leroy O'Reilly spins him out. Here comes Rudin Hine though. He comes to take over the lead. He's got the 55F for Coxhead to target though. Gets past Caleb Coxhead. He takes over the lead. So they run down to turn 1. Caleb Coxhead just upsets him. He gets him into the corner. Here comes Bradley Singer now. Backs out of the hit. Doesn't want to wreck his gear too early on in the race, but second position still Rudin Hine. The leader though, 33S. Tyler Walker, 4 laps down, 6 to go. There's cars going everywhere. It's almost like they're dancing out there. As Ethan Dorwood pulls to the infield, Caleb Coxhead picks up with the 33S car of Tyler Walker. Second position though, still Rudin Hine. He's half a lap behind. Singer caught up in the wall over there. Walker now comes up on door. There's 2 Stormers with him. There's Duffy and Coxhead. Gets into the back of him. Bradley Singer now, what can he do? He just backs out of it a little bit early. Rudin Hine still half a lap behind Tyler Walker though. Showing a very, very good race is Rudin Hine, but you can't take it away from the 33S of Tyler Walker. Caleb Coxhead takes care of Singer, forcing him to the infield. The lead Meeanee car now up onto the back of Coxhead from Stratford. Hine, Coxhead makes no mistake this time. As he's right up on the back bumper, gets him half spun. Half spins himself. Leroy O'Reilly goes past. Third position is the 32S of Duffy though. O'Reilly still 2 laps down on Walker. Next time pass will be the white flag for Walker as he goes up the inside of Hind. Rudin Hine was the lead car for Meeanee Maulers. Takes Tyler Walker to the infield. Rudin Hine pulls up out on the back of the 33 car as Caleb Coxhead dive bombs the 10B car. Here comes Rudin Hine though. He's riding behind the 33 car. Walker takes the white flag. Hine still Duffy takes over second now for Stratford. He's down here in 3 and 4 as Hayden Barker spins up the Meeanee car, and I'd say Tyler Walker coming out of turn 4 now is the race leader, or race winner, for the Stratford Stormers. So race 1, as we see Leroy O'Reilly in the 55 car of Caleb Coxhead down there on the back straight, still green currently at the moment. Tyler Walker though takes it out for the Stratford Stormers in the first race of the night. Ethan Dorwood trying to get around to the checkered flag. He rides up against the wall, still green. So that's everyone that's finished now for the races. We go yellow. Tyler Walker takes it out for the Stratford Stormers from the 32 car of Todd Duffy. 65B, Rudin Hine 3rd, Leroy O'Reilly in 4th in the 75B, and Hayden Barker 5th. Those are the top 5 and the scoring positions. Paul Hickey, mate.
So that gives
unofficially.
That gives us 130. Is it 130 to 45?
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yep.
140 to 45, sorry. 140 to 45. So that's a good win for Stratford Stormers off the bat.
Yep, solid points to pick up as well, which is what they would have wanted from the first heat. See John Booker on the back of the Stratford Stormers. This guy's come back to the team after leading them to back-to-back titles a few seasons ago. Give them a big round of applause down there on the back straight, folks. I think I'm more cheering that we've got a race underway, mate.
Yeah. Just pretty methodical, really, weren't they? Tyler Walker taking control right from the... Well, as we're taking some of the replays on the Vistamat big screen, brakes in both rows, and then Tyler Walker decided to head away for Stratford. Hind gave chase and momentarily did get himself into the lead. But really the block cars from Stratford, they were really doing their job and did it well. Hawke's Bay, Meeanee, not quite so well equipped to keep the Stratford Flyers contained.
Yeah, I think Royden just lost his way a little bit for about 3 or 2, or probably 2 to 3 laps to go. He must have thought that Leroy O'Reilly was ahead of him, and he started to try to take out Tyler Walker, which then gave the second position to Duffy. So I think, it's hard. It's very, very hard out there, and as I said, it's easy for us to sit up here and say it, but that was a very good race, and that's exactly what we wanted to kick off tonight's racing. And next up, we have the Wellington Young Guns versus the Gisborne Gladiators. Wellington Young Guns taking out third position last season. They've been third back-to-back as well, Paul.
Oh, really? So that seems to be a Wellington thing, doesn't it?
100%. Yeah, Keegan Levine watching the stream out there as well. He's renowned for a 4NZ. Brother Ethan, though, he's a 2NZ super stop.
Of course, both of those Levine brothers were in the Wellington side last year. And while they are two of the very accomplished individual and teams races, and the Wellington Young Guns are poorer for not having them in the team this year. It is great that their absence this year for, I'm guessing family reasons, has given other drivers the opportunity to step up and do it on the big stage.
Yep, as we look to the screen now, 7W Harrison Hocking, 10W Benjamin Ellis, 21W Tim Parker, Sam Parker, and the 31W 47W Anthony Hocking, and the 62W of Darren Gray. That is the Wellington Young Guns.
And they are taking on the Gisborne Gladiators of Lucas Hay, Josh Mulcahy, Brad McGee, Bryce Simpson, Will Carr, and Willie Stevenson.
Yeah, I'm excited to see Willie Carr go out here in the injected flat chassis.
You don't see many of them around anymore, do you? And and who would? Is it the only one here this weekend? Flat chassis?
Yeah, it's the only one here.
And the fact that it's in this Gisborne Gladiators side, which Gisborne associate with
Bruce,
the Rees.
Yeah, Bruce Harding
with
for
all
years.
the Rees yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Bruce Harding for years ran a flat chassis out of Gisborne, so it's just fitting, isn't it? As we see them line up now for the hot laps of the racing, the Gisborne Gladiators on the far side, underneath the back straight Coliseum, and over here underneath brand new control tower, the Wellington Young Guns. Wellington Young Guns, only one driver out there that has taken on the team's champs. The 4, Benjamin and Ellis, former 1NZ stock car driver, 10W tonight. Gisborne team. Brad McGee, formerly out of Wellington Speedway, very fast, finished third at the Stockcar Grand Prix down at Palmerston earlier this season. This is going to be another hard race. We just talked a little bit earlier about same matchup of colours, Gisborne in white, Wellington in white. So this is going to be very, very hard to pick. Sorry, me and Paul just up here talking about lamps and, and stuff.
And not the Taylor lamps either.
Yeah, not Taylor lamps.
Actual lamps with lights.
Yep. Yeah, as we see them come down to the final laps of their hot laps. Bryce Simpson, the 98 G car, regular visitor to the TWS Paradise Valley Speedway. Josh Mulcahy just a couple of weeks ago suited up for the Manawatu team over there at Ocean View Speedway in their triple header. So we go yellow, Gisborne on the outside, mate.
Yeah, so Gisborne won the toss and elected to take outside.
Yep. So after seeing that first race, our pick went right out the window and they jammed on the brakes.
Yes.
Here's us all big teams racing experts as we wait for them to come down and see if they need the 3-minute bell. The pace is picking up out there too, so it's good to see the track coming back to us. Harrison Hocking going down there to the pit gate in the 7W car.
So just the one car this time, eh?
No,
maybe two.
13G of
Lucas Hay.
Yep, Lucas Hay.
So yeah, again, we talked about it. I don't know whether we were talking about it on mic or off mic during the break, Sparky. But yeah, these teams that ended up with identical colours.
Yeah.
So aren't they supposed to?
They're meant to submit colours at the start of the season. So we just worked out that Auckland, the Coyotes from Cromwell, and and Bay Park Bulldogs.
Yeah, Bay Parks is definitely a little bit different blue.
Yeah.
But yeah, certainly the Wanganui and Cromwell, they're identical, and they actually are going to be racing each other.
The only difference is the numbers on the side. The Coyotes have got a big white dot behind the numbers, and there's a little bit of yellow scattered out throughout the bodies of the Vulcans. As we see the tractor just go over to the 13G of Hay, probably lift that up, and then probably wants a little bit of a turn into that left front. So we see on the screen now the 3-minute bell. Just a little bit of a turn. Of course, track photographers here tonight. Sportsweb photography down there in turn 3 and 4. 180 photography, Cam Lee. Big Bad Cam down there in turn 1 and 2. So all the photos from tonight's racing, they will be up on Facebook and also their websites tomorrow morning for all the action shots. And of course, the Pits Media. I'd like to thank them for doing another magical stream for us here at TWS Paradise Valley Speedway. 3-minute bell is up. Clarko, of course, is happy. Sends them on their way.
So, of course, the last time this event was held here in Rotorua 10 years ago, the Gisborne Gladiators were the winning team and then went on to successfully defend it.
Yeah, the first
down there at Awapuni.
Yeah, there's the first year of the Reesers going to Gisborne. The year before, Peter Rees was in the Palmerston of Pumas that lost to the
Rotorua Rascals.
Yeah, Rotorua Rascals. Had a little bit of a reminiscence last night with Brent Stewart. We were at the backyard pub having dinner and a bit of a thing for the Rascals down there, and Brent sort of reminiscing about taking it out down in Palmerston North. So he's down there swinging spanners this weekend for Jamie White, so it's quite good to see swinging spanners on his old car. And so you see the 185G of Willie Stevenson on the outside of the row. Willie changing from the Hawke's Bay track to Gisborne earlier this season. Up next to him, looks like it will be the HSP car of Harrison Hocking, the 7W, the Black Sheep Construction. Wellington Young Gun off row number 2. Looks like the 21W of Tim Parker. He's going to make his team's debut. 98G. Bryce Simpson lines up alongside him. In behind Parker will be the 13 car of Lucas Hay. 10W Ben 10. Former 1NZ New Zealand Stockcar title holder. Lines up alongside him on row number 3. Brad McGee down there on the pole line in row 4, and outside him Anthony Hocking in the 47W car. That is the 8 cars that are going to take on heat number 2 for the Makita New Zealand Stockcar Teams title. Clark of the course is happy. Just wait for these lads to get out of their cars down there on the infield. 48G, Josh Mulcahy, 164 car of Willie Carr and the 31W of Sam Parker not taking part on this. Darren Gray in the 62 didn't come out for the hot laps. I'd say he'd be up there in the stands watching the pace truck pulls to the infield. We go green for race number 2. Harrison Hocking on the brakes. Ben Ellis off to a flyer of a start, as with Anthony Hocking. Bryce Simpson in the 98G car. He leads off in second position. Third, Anthony Hocking just holding up the 13 car of Hay as they come around to the start-finish line now. Willie Stevenson still on the brakes for Parker. They come up on the first Wellington block car of Hocking. What can Hocking do waiting down in turn number 2? Gets up on pace, on the brakes, hard down the back straight, holding up Simpson. Hocking forcing Simpson wide to the wall. Brad McGee now comes up onto the back of Harrison Hocking. Anthony Hocking collects him and half spins himself. Hocking now sets off to try and chase him. There's no other Wellington cars. As they're running. Oh, Simpson gets a big hit from behind from Hocking. Ben Ellis now comes up on the back of Willie Stevenson. Willie Stevenson finally gets up and underway. Stevenson forcing the 10 car of Ellis to the wall. Ellis gets it fired up and back underway. Oh, Parker gets a huge shot from behind. He forces the 185 car of Stevenson to the wall. Hocking holding the car of Simpson on the infield now, gets it fired up and back underway. Ben Ellis, you're still your race leader. Lucas Hay in second position. Hocking gets fired off into the wall. Brad McGee tying up the Parker car now. Ben Ellis up onto the back of Simpson now as he spins himself up. Harrison Hocking now, Anthony Hocking that was, fires into the back of Simpson. As Ben Ellis is still in the race lead after that spin. I think the 13 car of Lucas Hay takes over the lead from Benjamin Ellis.
Yes, he has.
As we see two of the Wellington cars, Willie Stevenson down there doing an unreal block job, just tying up two of the Wellington cars. Ben Ellis is right in behind Hay though.
Yeah, so onto the pit straight. That is your race leader in second place, 13 and 10.
Willie Stevenson just gets fired off the end of the corner by Hocking. Harrison Hocking's trying to hunt down one of these cars. Ben Ellis just not quite close enough to get into the 13 car.
He will this time.
Yep, he's got a block car right in behind him as they go across the pole line. Go off into the wall. Anthony Hocking now takes over the block roll for Ben Ellis. Ben Ellis gets into the side of the Rees car. Can't quite get around the outside of Simpson. He runs a gauntlet though. Just has that pace to get around him. Here comes Anthony Hocking. It's hard having two Hockings out there, eh? Lucas Hay, though, still in second position from Brad McGee. Ben Ellis, that is your race leader. This time pass will be the checkered flag, though, for Ben Ellis. That was a good teams race. That was a good strategic teams race there. Lucas Hay, No, it looks like Brad McGee, taking second position for the Gladiators. Lucas Hay will take third. Anthony Hocking fourth. And Bryce Simpson will take fifth position unofficially. Not officially. As we see the Young Guns prevail over the Gisborne Gladiators. Oh, that looked like a big shot after the flag down here. But on screen is the top 10. Ben Ellis in the 10W takes it from Brad McGee in the 69G. 13G, Lucas Hay. 47W, Anthony Hocking. And 97G, Bryce Simpson takes 5th position.
So who was that who took, because everybody's finished the race. So who was that who delivered that massive hit after the flag? That's almost a lap after the flag.
Lucas Hay, I think it was.
Yeah, 39.21.
As we see, the side of that 21 car's all bent and buckled in.
So that's nearly a lap after the checkered flag.
That was full yellow lights too. So, drama already in race number 2. We'll leave that for Speedway New Zealand though. We're up here to commentate. So, Wellington Young Guns.
We're still allowed an opinion, though.
Wellington Young Guns.
Some people won't think so, but
take out race number 1 for them over the Gisborne Gladiators. Give them a big round of applause down there, folks. The Wellington Young Guns, as I was telling Paul earlier. It's not often you see a Wellington team turn up with a whole lot of rookies. We see Sam Parker running over the infield to jump on the back of the 7 car of Anthony Hocking. Oh, sorry, on the back of his brother's car, the 21 car.
So taking the race win, but then only managing a 4th.
Yeah.
Has Wellington sitting on 120.
Yep.
And Gisborne on 25.
All unofficial.
Yeah, all unofficial. And just back to Heat 1, it was 150 to 45.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, yeah.
150 to 45, Stratford.
Adds up to, if you win, you get 100.
195.
195,
yep.
Yep. So, the Wellington Young Guns, happy as down here. Hilton Parker on the back of Ben Ellis's car. Hilton would be proud to see his boys out there donning the same paint scheme, well not paint scheme, the same team that he donned for many, many years down there in Wellington between 03 and 2013. It was the Palmerston North and Wellington show. If it wasn't in Wellington, it was in Palmerston North.
Anderton Decorators are a long-established Canterbury company covering the whole of the South Island who love to support their local community. If you require expert advice from design to application, then Shane has the expert team to ensure your next project is hassle-free with a professional finish. Floor to ceilings, walls to roof, inside, outside, commercial or residential. Let our team take the hassle out of your decorating. Give us a call now on 027 Painting. That's 027 724 6846. Anderton Decorators, we have you covered. The St. Nicholas is a familiar sight around Bluff as she steams out to capture Can-Do Fishing's famous Bluff Kinner. Once caught, the Kinner is brought back to the purpose-built factory in Bluff where it is processed, packed and shipped fresh to you. But that's not all that Can-Do Fishing can do for you. Try some of their green-boned fish or delicious power products and you will soon see why seafood from the Bluff is world famous. So head to your local fish market or supermarket and ask for Can-Do Fishing Kinner, fish or power. Can-Do Fishing, there's nothing we can't do for you.
Yeah, I'm standing here actually with Caleb Coxhead, and we're just running at the moment because we've got sparks flying our way. That was Dad protecting us, isn't that nice? Caleb, that was an absolutely outstanding job in blocking, but that's still a really tough track to be doing that on.
Yeah, the track's definitely challenging this one, so hopefully they get that sorted, but everyone's on the same track, so it's all fair for all of us, I guess.
I just went and watched this second race here with Wellington. I can say it looked a little bit quicker, but definitely for your race it wasn't speed that was the main factor on that win.
Stan and the crew will definitely get the track back, like as they always do, top guys, so hopefully it's all go for our next one.
Yeah, absolutely. Who are you going up against in your next race, Caleb?
I'll be coming up against the Waikato Raiders, so it'll be another tough race, but hopefully the boys can get the job done.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, just quickly while these cars are coming on track, we've got a porta power over here, but not too much damage to speak of with everybody else.
Just a bit of steel work for everyone and just quick bolt check and I'm back into it again.
Listen, considering the track, that's absolutely phenomenal that we haven't got too much carnage down here. Well done on the win and excellent work on your blocking.
Perfect, thank you.
We've forgot to mention there and highlight again the Reece Shield was on the line.
Sorry, the Reece Shield was on the line as well. So Wellington Young Guns now take that off Gisborne Gladiators.
Do they need to defend it in their next race?
They defend it at the next place that they go to. So on screen we got the Wanganui Vulcans, sorry folks. 15V Callum Sturzacre, 16V Big Rev Cody Alabaston, 26V Caelan Mooney, 82V Dennis Black, 99V Cody Lockett, and Big Bad Bailey Chapman in the 287V car.
Then we go to the Coyotes from Cromwell, Casey McEwen, Trezan Ryland Annabelle, Curtis Tanetti, Adam Neighbour, Stephen Thompson, and Jacob Bolton. A few of those names started there. Would have first raced here in Rotorua at Mini Stocks in Paradise back in the days.
Yeah, 100%, mate. 33T Trezan Ryland Annabelle. That is a name.
Well, he was up from up here, wasn't he?
No. Wanganui.
Okay.
Yeah. So he's racing against his old foes, his mates. As we see the 287 car, is that Bailey Chapman stopped down there? Bailey Chapman just stopped down there in turn number 1. Something wrong with the back of his car. Still needing a tow truck to get over there. But as we said, some of these names in the Coyotes. So it's good to see the likes of 99T, Adam Naba. He's raced for the Southern Spartans. Some names that people might not be familiar with. 655T, Stephen Thompson. He's only ever done one teams race, and that's for the Otago Outlaws. So it's the team from Dunedin that was up here at Huntley Speedway. Casey McEwen in the 16T. Nah. Chapo's never happy, mate. Bailey Chapman in the 287V car.
So it's the Wanganui. We talked about these two sides being very similar in looks. It's the...
Oh, it looks like they've put tape on their car, though. See on that Bailey Chapman pillar, it's got a bit of green on it.
Okay.
So it'll be one to watch. Yeah, they've got it on the front hoops. The Wanganui cars have put green on their pillars and on the front hoops, so they've identified that. So we see the former 3NZ, 99V, Cody Lockett, and 26V, Caelan Mooney. Of course, Caelan Mooney, a couple of years ago, Superstock teams picked up the Stephen Penn Memorial. One of many men, our boys out there doing double duties over the years. 861T, that is Jacob Bolton. He's going to be one to watch. Whenever there's a teams event on down in Dunedin, mate, I always get sent videos of these guys and for my Shanza Sparky page, and Jacob Bolton always features. So always a madman putting the big hits in and everything, but I'll say Jason the team from the pits will be cheering on these guys from Cromwell, the closest team to their beloved Invercargill. 77T, Curtis Tanetti, ring-in driver from Palmerston North. So we go yellow for the last of those hot laps. We see the track coming back a bit more, Paul. That actually looks like really fast track out there now.
Yeah, I heard like Caleb Cox said before, didn't seem all that impressed. But we're into race 3 now, so it was always going to get better and better 100%. As the night went on.
Yeah, 100%. See the Cromwell guys might have actually liked that bit of a what would you call it? A bit of a shakedown before the meeting. Get their cars out there, just have a little bit of sight laps and stuff.
Otherwise, that would have been their first run on the track for most of the main.
Talked to Stephen Thompson before the meeting as well, and he was just blown away by the amphitheatre of the TWS Paradise Valley Speedway as well. And very, very good guy, very, very nice guy, and the ex-Liam Squire BWC chassis. Of course, the 99T car, that's the X52R, or 51R, sorry, of Alex Mull. So it's done many, many laps around this Rotorua track. Look at that, mate. No 3-minute bell.
Like it.
Paul's like, get it on the road.
All right, so Wanganui won the toss, and they have chosen to take pole.
See the 15V of Callum Sturzacre take pole position for the Wanganui Vulcans, 33T. Trezan, Roland, Annabelle on the outside of him on row number 1. They're all playing cat and mouse now. Stephen Thompson in the 655 car. He's off to the infield as well. The 99 car from Cromwell and 16 from Vulcans. 16T, Casey McKern on the inside of row number 2. Outside him, the former 3NZ 99V, Cody Lockett. Dennis Black returning this year in a tank. This man is entertainment to the T. He loads up on row number 3 on the inside. Outside him, 77 car of Curtis Tanetti. Inside of row number 4, the 861T car of Jacob Bolton, and outside him, the 26V, third generation Wanganui driver, Kalen Mooney. Lines up in the famous tri-rail that his dad got 2NZ in. Not that identical car, but the Mooney tri-rails, as you'd call them. But Callum Sturzake and Trezan, Roland, Annabelle, childhood friends off the front row. Mates and against mates. This is what we come to watch. Brucey drops the green flag and Trezan straight to the pole line. Drops down on Callum Sturzake. The 16T of Casey McEwen right in there as well. Trezan holding up the 99 car. Oh, Bolton into the back. Oh, sorry, Mooney into the back of Trezan, Roland, Annabelle. Had to hold my breath a little bit there, Paul, but out in front, the 861 car of Bolton from the Coyotes. He comes up on the Wanganui blockman of Dennis Black. Trezan, Roland, Annabelle takes over the lead now from the 15V of Sturzake and Casey McEwen in the 16T car. Curtis Tanetti just gets pushed hard into the wall by Mooney. The first Wanganui car on track is the 99V, sorry, the 15V of Callum Sturzake in second position. He's hunting down Trezan, Roland, Annabelle, makes a big dive and miss. Black gets fired off into the wall as Casey McEwen comes underneath and takes over the lead Coyote car. But Callum Sturzake, he is the lead at the moment. He's got a block car to come up on of Tanetti on the exit of turn 4. Casey McEwen not too far behind him. Tanetti playing a little bit of a cat and mouse on Sturzake. He catches him, rides up on the front of him. They are locked together down there on the pole line. Sturzake is stuck on Tanetti. McEwen takes over the race lead, sorry. The 33 car, 99 car of Cody Lockett in second position. 681T, Bolton's third. Sturzake and Tanetti finally get apart. Casey McEwen, next time past me, 6 down, 4 to go for the Central Coyote. You can see the Coyotes semi-struggling with the track, not been able to come here before. Comes up on his blockman of Tanetti.
There's no Wanganui blockers out there at the moment. So if he can stop, look at this, there we go. So he's taken him out of second place now.
Yep, Tanetti just forces him to the infield. It's all he did with Callum Sturzake before. Held him up just enough. As we see Lockett fire off again, Tanetti does another loop. So he's going to drop in behind Casey McEwen. Casey McEwen fires off down the straight. Bolton is right there. Sturzake with a big dive on Bolton down into turn number 3. Sturzake now right into the back of Tanetti.
We've gone red.
There'll be for the 82 car of Dennis Black down there in the middle of turn 1 and 2. But Sturzake come from a long way back.
Yeah, he gave a big dive, wasn't it?
A long way back for the big dive on Bolton in the 681T car. Race leader though, still the 16 car of Casey McEwen. He's down there on the back straight with no one really around him.
Well, it's all on him now because with Bolton, mind you, Bolton.
He's gone. Did he go thumb? He just went in thumbs up. So
he's gone thumbs up. Okay. So they're moving Caelan Mooney back, so he should be right back behind the 15.
So we just get him moving. I've just told him that he needs to loop around and behind the 15 car. Trezan Roland Annabelle, he's still mobile as well. I think it's a little bit more dangerous that Trezan Roland Annabelle is in block now. So he's done many, many years of blocking for the Vulcans. Knows these boys like the back of his hands, as we see the Dennis Black car down there getting a little bit of attention. Trezan is just doing a loop as we look to the replay there. The big dive from Callum Sturzaker on the Bolton car. You can see that he come from a long way back, Paul. And that's the thing with this Rotorua track. It just opens up quite a bit. It's actually quite lucky that Sturzaker pulled out around him because it looked like Mooney was about to line up for a park shot there. But Casey McEwen, the 16T car on the back straight there, middle of the back straight, you can see him right at the bottom of the screen there on the right side. He is the race leader. Second position is Caelan Mooney. He's down here right underneath us.
So, leader of the race is Casey McEwen, the 16T. Jacob Bolton, he was in second, no longer, so he's been passed, and it'll now be Caelan Mooney.
Yep,
Caelan Mooney's moved up to second place, just coming off.
Cody Lockett's also passed the AS 861
So
T car.
Wanganui now running second and third.
Curtis Tenetti's right down here in front of us, though. He has been a menace in this race.
He has. He's the next highest car if Bolton doesn't take off. So it's eyes on Bolton.
Trezan Roland Annabelle.
So Bolton has got mobile.
Yep. Oh, big hit from Trezan Roland Annabelle. As we see McEwen come down and take the white flag. He's about to pick up his... Bolton is in front of him now. That is the only car that's in front of him. He's his
They're
only
going to take the win.
The Coyotes on debut. Coming out of turn number 4, Casey McEwen, the 16T, takes out heat number 3 for the Makita New Zealand Stockcar teams. Caelan Mooney takes second position. Jacob Bolton just doing a bit of a loop down here on the infield. No, Cody Lockett takes second position. Bolton, he's got all sorts of problems
He can't get across the line, can he?
Well, he's trying to turn his car around now.
He needs to cross the line. It's desperate points. No, well, if he doesn't, it'll be Trezan Roland Annabelle anyway.
No, he's down in 6th though. So.
But he'll move up and score that 5th place points.
On screen though, taking out the win on debut, Casey McEwen in the 16T car, 99V, Cody Lockett second, 26V, Caelan Mooney third, 4th position, 15V, Callum Sturzaker, and rounding out the top 5 will be the 33T of Trezan Roland Annabelle, with Bolton not finishing that race, but the Coyotes on debut. Do you reckon they're happy, Paul, mate?
They are super stoked. So unofficially, it's 110 points to 85.
Yep. As we can see Ricky Bolton jumping on the back of Jacob's
that's oh no.
So that was an unreal race, mate. That was
everybody's favourite manager.
Yeah. I'm not going to say it.
Too late, I did.
Yeah, so the Central Coyotes all the way from Cromwell as we look to the pits media. Trezan Roland Annabelle just forces them down to the pole line. Play a bit of cat and mouse off the start, Paul, which is good to see. Shows his initiative. McEwen gets Lockett all sorts of sideways and Bolton into it. And see another shot there, brought to you by Makita. Give them a big round of applause down there in 3 and 4, folks. Sounds like, do we have Bianca down in the pits with someone?
Yeah, I'm actually here with Ben Ellis. First of all, Ben Ellis, we've just watched this amazing race here now. This is what dreams are made of, for this team to come up here and win on debut.
Yeah, definitely. Always that's what you want to do, and yeah, they'd be pretty proud, I think.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Hey, I also want to congratulate you on your win as well. That was a really tough race on a tough track, but of course Wellington coming out the victors.
Yeah, it was a confusing race, but yeah, we're stoked. We're ready and not much damage, so yeah, we're looking forward to the next one.
That's the key to winning this team's event this weekend too, isn't it? Being just coming away with as minimal damage as possible, clean races, look after the car, look after the bodies.
Yeah, 100%. You want to make sure all those four wheels are always pumped up and yeah, make sure every driver is 100% for every race, and I think it's the key.
Yeah, absolutely. Now let's talk quickly about the track because it has changed significantly from when you were out there, even in that last race. What are you expecting from it from the rest of the night?
It's going to be a drivey track all night, I think. Stan and the team have obviously done a good job, and yeah, it's going to be a late night, but yeah, we're looking forward to it.
Yeah, I think we're going to be here for a little while longer yet, but hey, Ben, please pass on our congratulations to the team. That was absolutely awesome, and good luck for your next race.
Will do, thanks.
Cheers.
Ben Ellis down there with Bianca as we look to the pits media. Replay tries, Curlum Sturzacre on the big hit on Bolton down there. A little bit of a fun fact, Paul. Trezan, Roland Annabelle, the second time has brought a team to the New Zealand Stockcar teams and won on debut. He came out with the Otago Outlaws at Huntley and beat Pumas in their first race. He's come up here and knocked another big dog off. Second position last year, the Wanganui Vulcans. So pretty proud effort there from Trezan, coming all the way from the bottom of the south. I know the team down there at Otago at Dunedin Beachland Speedways will be cheering him and Steve Thompson on. Is out on track, the Rotorua Rascals, Makita Rotorua Rascals, current New Zealand title holders. They go up against the Bay Park Bulldogs. On screen, 5R, Dion Henderson, 87R, Chris Shingleton, Courtney Young in the 96R car, 186R, Jamie White, 513R, Callum Flavel, 735R, Keegan Orr.
And they're taking on cousins from over the hill, the Bay Park Bulldogs, Vincent Mortimer, Bryce Carter, Matt Coombe, Chloe Ingram, Jaden Jarvis, and Hadley Dixon.
Sweet.
So pick 8 still open.
Yep. I think there's...
Oh, tractors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no, they're out there. Two tractors
now,
are out there.
The stoppage during that last race...
That was for... I wonder if they were just going to check on him because I don't know if it's real hard to check if he's thumbs up or thumbs down at that angle. So
it seemed to take a long time for them to decide that he was okay because
I'd say that
then he didn't move again anyway.
But still, he's a car down there.
Yeah.
The thing is, if you stay down there, that means the Coyotes couldn't feed off a Wanganui car down into that corner because they would have hit him and they would have been disqualified. So clever by Dennis Black to just sit down there. Done many teams races for the Vulcans.
But then for a safety thing, you'd think the referees would have taken him off. But
nah, because it's at his own discretion. So they would have gone over and just said to him, hey mate, you're all good. Bit like Bolton, how he was down here. If you give him thumbs up and didn't move, it's all on him. So we look out to the Bay Park Bulldogs. Had a couple of seasons off and made their return last year at Wakaraka Park. Semi the same team as last year, but added in the 27 car of Coombe and 69M of Jarvis. Rotorua Rascals, they pick up Keegan Orr in the 735R car and the 186R car of Jamie White. They lose the 91 car of Tony Coxhead and the 98 car of Johnny Morley. So drop 2, gain 2, both teams. As we see them just sort of coming to the last of their laps. Track looking really good now. As we say, in Stan we trust. Makita Rotorua Rascals versus the Bay Park Bulldogs. Race number 4 of the night. We'll see Dion Henderson. Let's go past the pit gate there. Keegan Orr looks like he needs to come down for a 3-minute bell.
Interesting to note that, I don't know whether it's all of the Rascals, but they have straps over their bonnets.
Yep, that's just in case that someone rides over the bonnet and takes off the pins or pin comes loose. That's just to keep the bonnet down. They don't want that bonnet coming off, because as soon as that bonnet comes off,
you're out.
You're out. As we see 2 more rascals down there to the pit gate, the 513 of Callum Flavel, 186R of Jamie White. All the boys jump the fence to double check on the cars. Jamie White's car gets a little bit of a shake around. Bonnet comes off.
Just confirming race number 1, Stratford versus Meeanee.
Yep.
Stratford 150, Meeanee 45 confirmed.
Pretty straightforward race, that one, mate. So we see the Rascals head off on from their 3-minute belt. Who's on pole in this one, Paul?
And so it is the Bay Park Bulldogs. They won the toss and elected to take pole. So a big moment for the hometown team. Tough call for team manager Tony Gallagher as well as to who to leave out. All of them would have been desperate to be repping up in this first race.
Yep, Chloe Ingram, the 31M car. She's down there on pole position outside her, looks like. The 5 art car of Dion Henderson.
She lined up on pole and brought the car a bit too wide. There was not enough room for Dion Henderson. She looks a bit lost. No, she's not going to come on there at all.
Who won the toss?
Bay Park.
Oh, Bay Park.
And chose pole. Was that Chloe Ingram's car that just had that big loud pop? Tony's leaning in there.
Tony's not silly, not his first rodeo. As Bryce Carter pulls up alongside team manager.
So Bryce Carter was obviously going to sit this one out, and now he's thinking, maybe I'm going to have to get in there.
Looks like Vincent Mortimer in the 6th car. He's pulling up just to double check what's all going on. Chloe Ingram fires it up and gets it back underway though.
Only female in the field this weekend?
Yep, only female field in the this weekend. She lines up on pole position in that 31M outside her. As I said before, 5R Dion Henderson. 513R Callum Flavel lines up in behind her on the inside of row number 2. 26M lines up in behind him. The one at 915 Hadley Dixon lines up on the outside of row number 2. Inside of row number 3, the 26M car of Bryce Carter outside him. 186R of Jamie White, and off the back row is the 735R of Keegan Orr and the 96 car of Jaden Jarvis. They are the 8 cars. It sounds like Chloe Ingram has some troubles with her car. I don't know what they're doing here. Oh, the MyLaps is playing up.
And Chloe Ingram has pulled off. So this, she'd got it up. She can't be replaced. and the reserves are out of their cars.
Yeah. She fires it up and gets it back underway though, but any second hesitation of a car not being right,
you'd be that could be a wrong call from the manager saying get back out there when she pulled in that first time.
She'll come past and line up. She's in the former 1NZ car of Ben Ellis, the HSP. And line all back up down here underneath the control tower for race number 4 of the night. Nice wide view there from the pits media across to us here in the control tower. Chris Shingleton in the 96 car of Courtney Young sitting it out for the Rascals. Vincent Mortimer and Coombs sitting it out for the Bulldogs. As the pace ute pulls to the infield, we're in Brucey's hands. We go green. Henderson forcing the Ingram car to the infield. Flavel has the 915 all tied up down there. In turn number 2. Keegan Orr just pushing away as well. Callum Flavel turning up on the 26 car of Carter as Keegan Orr tries to go around the outside of Carter. Doesn't quite get there. The infield very, very slippery. You see Flavel just slipping around down there. Callum Flavel picks up the lead car at 5 of Dion Henderson. He'll ride shotgun. Second position. The 26 car. Oh, sorry, no. Still the 735R car of Keegan Orr from Bryce Carter as Keegan Orr comes up on the back of Jarvis. Darts and weaves. Chloe Ingram's stopped down there on the start of turn number 3.
See, now, back on the track, but...
Oh, Jamie White's gone to the infield as well. Callum Flavel forcing Ingram to the infield and just carries on his wind away with Dion Henderson. Chloe Ingram, you can see how wet that grass is, Paul. She does a big loop. Henderson with a bit of a jerk there. He'll try to let Callum Flavel get in front of him now. That's great team's tactic. Let your block car go ahead of you. Keegan Orr still sitting in second position. So they come up on the block car of Chloe Ingram. As they fire it up, there's 2 block cars down here from the Bulldogs. As Ingram's just sort of slowed up a bit. Keegan Orr gets around the outside of her. Callum Flavel running like a madman out in front of Dion Henderson there. So they come up on Hedley Dixon. Here comes Keegan Orr, second position. Dion Henderson doesn't need to do anything stupid here. So they force him wide. Dion Henderson just gets into the back of him there. Keegan Orr joins the party now. Still first and second for the Rascals here. 2 block cars. Callum Flavel just pulls up on the Ingram car. And they run up.
Keegan Orr's not worried.
Yeah. Dion Henderson just pushes the 69 car to the wall. As the Rascals still run first and second. Third position, Bryce Carter in the 26 car. Next time pass will be white flag for Keegan Orr as he goes wide on Hadley Dixon, cuts down off that wall, gets into the back of the car.
Off the pole line.
Yeah, we're not here to be referees though, Paul. Callum Flavel takes over the block roll. Gets into the Jarvis car now. Dion Henderson comes underneath and takes the win for the Rotorua Rascals. Bryce Carter will come through and take second position. Callum Flavel third position and Keegan Orr fourth, and rounding out fifth is the 915 of Hadley Dixon. Seriously, bro, I want to fucking walk out too. On-screen results, 5R Dion Henderson from the 26 car of Bryce Carter, 513R Callum Flevel third, 735R Keeganor fourth position, and round out the fifth, Hadley Dixon in the 915 car from Mount Wanganui, as the Rotorua Rascals take it out. So we see Keeganor down there collecting the checkered flag. Rotorua Rascals taking out their first win of the night over the Bulldogs. Bianca has an interview down in the pits.
I sure do. It's my absolute pleasure to be down here talking to Stacey McEwen. You've taken away that race win. That was absolutely epic on a debut for your national teams titles as well. You took the win, you got the glory, but that was absolute teamwork that got you over the line.
Yeah, look, it was just, I don't know if I'm still buzzing. Like, it was, I won the race, but big credit to, Curtis Tanetti come to the team. We had an injury in and come in and put his hand up. And to do that in a team that he didn't know, mates and stuff, we've all become good mates over the last couple of days, and it was just great to come round and have a sweeper and a blocker like that. Like, he won the race for us, so it was, to come here on a national champs to win our first race was absolutely massive. So
absolutely, the crowd did go crazy for you because it's really nice to see. Now, don't take this the wrong way, please. I mean, no disrespect, the underdog win, because let's face it, Wanganui is a very, very good team to come up against.
Yeah, look, 100%. We raced them a couple of years ago at Mainlands, and they were very strong. We've had the underdog tag, and look, I still think we're there, still first year. But just the stuff that goes on behind the scenes, it's massive. Small club in Cromwell, 4 years the team's racing out there, and we're here doing it in the national stage. But we've got a couple of guy from Dunedin as well, and a guy that's helped us out. So just massive support.
Look, you guys put in the mahi. You deserve all the rewards. That was an absolutely great race, and one that was really confusing with all those blue cards as well. So well done. We hope that you can continue that on for your second race tonight.
Yeah, look, we do too, and just a couple of wee things, with sponsors, crew, and our club down home, and all the three southern clubs actually, we're pretty small clubs, but, big thanks to them down home. I know they're all supporting, and they'll probably be jumping through the TV right now from that race. So, look, I loved it. Bring on the next one. So,
absolutely, put it there. Well done.
It doesn't matter how hard the job is, we suck it up and get it done. No matter how dirty our hands have to get, we suck it up and get it done. Suck it up, suck it up, suck it up. Out for suck's sake, suck it up. Suck it up, suck it up. Out for suck's sake, suck it up.
Suck it up and get it done with suckitup.co.nz. Everyone has accidents, but thankfully, there is always someone there that can help fix your problem. Fraser and the team from Elite Wheels in Christchurch can put your wheels back to the way they should be with state-of-the-art equipment and operators that will have you back motoring in no time. Custom fabrications is their specialty, from wheel manufacturing and whitening to suspension manufacturing and modification. Elite Wheels have you sorted. Elite Wheels is also the preferred repairer for all major insurance companies. Drop down and see the team at Elite Wheels, 240 Annex Road, Christchurch.
Yeah, cheers for that, Bianca. How good was it seeing the Coyotes? But on screen, Kiki Kings. 4K of Troy Howard, 6K Graham Munn, 7K Hamish White, 46K Josh Humble, Carl Garnett in the 95K, and 2K, 95K Caleb Hayes. The Canterbury Crushers, the Can-Do Fishing Canterbury Crushers, 74C Tyler Helton, 88C Troy Cleveland, 136C Tyler McPherson, 151C Wade Sweeting, Gavin Marshall in the 469C car, and Michael Harris in the 521C car. Michael Harris returns here 10 years after the last time it was held here, back for the Canterbury Crushers. Big team they had there with the likes of Josh Prentice in there. This will be a doozy of a race. So we see them just all lining up for their hot laps for race number 5. So, the Kiki Kings make their first appearance under the new name, the Canterbury the Kiki Crushers. Canterbury Crushers and the Kiki Crusaders. It used to be the Crusaders. Kind of glad they've changed to the Kings now. Won't mix them up. As we see the 151 of Wade Sweeting leading the cars around for the hot laps. Hamish White, quite a cool little niche thing with this Kiki team. Hamish White started off his stock car career over there at Kiki. Troy Howard, of course, a registered car. Josh Humble, brother Aaron Humble, former 1NZ, 2NZ TQ champion, also runs the 46K. So he raced for the Crusaders last year, as did Graham Munn in the 6K. 95K of Caleb Hayes, registered there for years, our fearless leader over there, Russell Hayes' son, and then 92K of Carl Garnett. He's from the Te Awamutu area as well, so quite a cool little team that they have here. We'll see Josh Humble just around there on the pole line. So we last couple of laps as they go yellow now. Second to last race of the round before we get into the Stratford Stormers versus Waikato Raiders. 88C of Troy Cleveland, he pulls up to the gate for a 3-minute bell. As we said earlier, the 3-minute bell, you cannot join, you cannot leave before that red flag is dropped. So you'll see Troy just parked up there in the 88C car. Anyone can join in now. The 95K of Caleb Hayes, he looks like he's going to join up there as well. Hey. They all jump over the fence, the 3-minute bell. 3 of the Canterbury Crushers all loaded up there. Michael Arison, the 521C car. Tyler McPherson, 136C. Couple of nips on the belt just to get himself settled in down there. The 95K of Caleb Hayes. His crew just jumped over to see if he was all A-OK, give him another touch-up on the belt. Troy Cleveland crew are just in the window there, unsure quite what is going on there. Are you down there, Bianca?
Yeah, I'm just having a laugh, Daniel, because it's not a young man's game being crew having to jump over that fence at every 3-minute bell, is it?
No, mate, I normally jump over there when I crew for Callum Flavel, and I'm not designed for jumping these walls here.
Of course, I just watch from a distance. That fence is almost as high as I am.
Yeah, 100% Bianca, 100%. Could you see what they were doing down there in the 88 car? They were in that window for quite a while.
Listen, I actually couldn't because there was a lot of people in front of me, and of course I couldn't see over, but also I'm not wearing a high-vis top, so I couldn't actually get past anywhere, and there's only a certain distance I can come up to that gate.
Yeah, 100%.
So I actually couldn't, and I do apologise. I'd love to tell you what it was, but I definitely have no clue.
They just probably want a bit of a corridor in the window.
Yeah. You know what? Sometimes it's just a little bit of foxing, eh?
Yep. Saw Scott Tennant just in the window of the 95K car. Caleb Hayes. Fearless leader Samuel Ashton up here joining me. How's it going, mate?
Yeah, good, mate.
Finally got the meeting running, bro. You look a lot more happier now than you did about an hour and a half ago.
Yeah, you wouldn't have thought so at the start of today. You know, it was 27 degrees, not a cloud in the sky. And
mate, in the wise words that we say, in Stan we trust.
Yes, and we've got the track back, and it seems to be quite a quick track.
It's starting to look really fast out there. That first rate was a little bit sloppy, but race 2, 3, and now these races getting on are starting to get very exciting. Another team, black versus black, pretty much. So we had white versus white, black versus black. So, it's going to be quite cool to see the Kiki Kings here for their sort of inaugural racing. They've raced under the Crusaders for a few years now. You and Means stepping up and taking on the Kings Superstock team and the Stockcar team, sort of making them a brand rather than a team. So that's the whole idea of the Kiki Kings, as we see the 136 car of Tyler McPherson riding up down there on pole position. No one else moving? That's cool. We just got Troy Howard down there on the infield. I'd say they'll move the 74C car. He heads down there to the box. Carl Garnett down. Kiki's on pole position. Outside him, Tyler McPherson on the outside of row number 2, the 95K car of Caleb Hayes. 151C of Wade Sweeting off the inside of row number 2. Outside of row number 3, 88C, Troy Cleveland. The 6K of Graham Munn lines up alongside him on the inside of row number 3. The wily old veteran, Gavin Marshall, in the 469C car. He's off the inside of row number 4, and outside him, the 7K car of Hamish White. Hamish White lined up for the Waikato Raiders last year up there at Auckland. So good to see him to go back to his roots there at Kiki. So we see them all A-OK. The clerk of the course is all happy there. Pace you. Just double checking they're all good as the pace chute holding off until the boys get out of their cars down there on the infield. Everyone out of their cars. Pace chute's happy. We're in Brucey's hands. Green flag. Tyler McPherson gets the jump on the Kiki Kings. He's got one going off down there into the wall. That's the 95K of Caleb Hayes, courtesy of Sweeting and Troy Cleveland. Graham Munn's still on the brakes down here with Gavin Marshall. He gets a fight up and underway. McPherson goes past, as does the 92 car of Carl Garnett. Caleb Hayes. Oh, he gets launched into by Tyler McPherson. Holds him up though, uses his back bumper. Caleb Hayes, very, very underrated driver. Hamish White now needs to get past him as Sweeting comes down to this group. He gets into the back of White, puts White into the wall. Wade Sweeting takes over second position for the Can-Do Crushers. Gavin Marshall and Graham Munn all tied up down on the back straight there. Caleb Hayes doing an unreal job with his back bumper. Garnett comes down to join the party. White and Sweeting. Oh! There was a huge shot from Caleb Hayes on the 88C car. There's not much to Troy either. People out there watching on the stream, if you look down there to turn 1 and 2 to the big screen, the Pits Media. Troy Cleveland gets pushed a little bit wide. Does a big shot on Carl Garnett. Here comes Caleb Hayes, just gets him right in that front corner. Pops him up and over. Another view there brought to you by Makita and the Pits Media. Good to see Caleb Hayes get out of it though nice and early. Just follows him right through. He knows exactly what to do. Can you see that down there on the big screen, Bianca?
I can. I was watching that. That was well caught by Michaela. Well done, Michaela and the camera people. But listen, I'm really glad to see that he's out of the car and moving around. I think everyone gave him a nice round of applause, and rightly so too.
Yep, 100%. As we said, it's not really nice to see when people get hurt. So good to see Troy A-OK and he's one of the nice guys of the sport. Have you got anyone down there for a little bit of an interview, Bianca? They're still turning the car over on its side, onto its wheels.
Yeah, listen, I know that this is going to be a very unpopular interview, and he's got a big smile on his face, but I do have my timer ready, and I'm here with, you've probably guessed it by now, Stu Russell. Stu, what are we looking at on your phone?
I'm just watching some replays.
Oh gosh, okay, we're not going to ask you for your opinion. We're keeping you well away from any camera in your replay. Hey, how's your team faring up at the minute, Stu? This track has changed a lot, so obviously a lot of changes for setups and cars and what have you.
Oh yeah, we went out there in hot laps and we blitzed everyone, and we're really happy with the pace. Put on some good lap times. I think we got the top 6 fastest lap times in hot laps in practice. So we're pumped. It's just hey, we're what else? What more can we do?
Listen, everybody, I don't have a camera here, but Stu said that with a very straight face. You're very convincing, Stu. But listen, in all seriousness, it's been a great night's racing so far, and this track is coming to the drivers. They're going to be really happy with the state of it now.
Yeah, this track, it's awesome. Like we went out before that rain came. Perfect track, and once again, perfect track out there. Stan and his team that work on the track always put on a great track. So we've been lucky enough to come here a few times for the World 240s and put on a show with the Rascals, and hopefully, hopefully that just helps out the boys that are here tonight. We've got all of these guys have raced at that World 240s event over the past, I think, 5-6 years. So we're pumped. The boys are pumped, and it's, as I say, it's coming home. It's coming back to Palmy. Capital Teams Racing.
Oh gosh, okay, well we'll take your word for that. But listen, how many coffees have you had, Stu?
Too many to count. I think they make a lovely coffee. There's a lovely coffee girl here in Rotorua, so I'm well looked after.
Listen, this interview is going haywire already. Listen, do I have a little bit longer to talk to somebody else while they're sorting out the track here, Daniel?
They're just moving the cars back into position, but you can see on screen there's a big chunk of the wall taken out. That is a huge chunk of the wall taken out there down in turn number 4. So it just shows the impact that those cars went into the wall.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know about the driver, but I'm hurting looking at that myself.
Yeah, no, they went in very, very hard. So we look to go, everyone all happy. The pace chute's pulled back to the infield. Stu needs to realise that the home of Teams Racing is here at TWS Paradise Valley Speedway. Race leader still the 95, Garnett, he gets overtaken by the 151. Oh, Graham Munn up on 2 wheels. Hamish White just flicks Gavin Marshall into the wall down there. As Hamish White takes over second position, 151C though, that is race leader for the Canterbury Crushers. He comes up on the hitman. Caleb Hayes gets into the back bumper of him. Caleb Hayes forces him to the pole line. Hamish White now takes over the lead. Wade Sweeting to the infield. Here comes Carl Garnett. Gavin Marshall ties up White though, as Garnett comes down into turn number 4. He's got Tyler McPherson all over the back bumper of him. Wade Sweeting gets into the side of him as well. Wade Sweeting up onto the back of the 6K car of Munn now. Too much power Sweeting has. Looks like Hamish White has a bit of trouble with steering down here. Caleb Hayes jinx the 515 car. As Sweeting gets past the block car of Caleb Hayes. Tyler McPherson moves up to second position. He spins out Caleb Hayes. Garnett running third, and Hamish White down here disabled at the exit of turn number 4. Wade Sweeting though for the Crushers. He comes out to turn number 2. Caleb Hayes couldn't quite get him. This time past me, white flag for the 151 car. Graham Munn slides him wide. Just holds him. Caleb Hayes now holds him in the wall as well. McPherson takes over the lead. He gets Graham Munn out of the way. Smoke pouring out of the 136 car. Garnett's got a flat right rear tyre. Tyler McPherson though, in the 136C car, he takes the win for the Canterbury Can-Do Crushers. Unreal race there. That was brutal. We see Caleb Hayes not realising that the race is over. Just cruising around. He doesn't know that the race is over, so crowd down there should be giving him a big hurry as he just clicks into gear there. The race. So Tyler McPherson takes it for the Crushers. 136C from the 151C of Wade Sweeting. 92K of Carl Garnett from the 7K of Hamish White, and Caleb Hayes in the 95K rounding out the top 5. So that was race number 5 for tonight. Race number 6 will be the Auckland Alley Cats versus the Palmerston North Pumas. That looks like Amaron down there with the checkered flag, is it? Oh, it's still it's hard to notice from up here. I don't have a sort of a manager's list up here. Bianca, do we have someone down there in the pits for an interview?
Yeah, I'm down here with Cullen Flavel. Now, of course, Rotorua did take away that win. You have got the official win. There's points flying around and relegations flying around everywhere. But you guys did take that win. What we can see, though, is this track is coming alive right now and teams racing is on.
Yeah, definitely. Now there's more than just the one line now, so it's definitely becoming better and better and better, and it will only get more so as the night goes on. So it's good. It makes it for good racing. Yeah, we're a bit sceptical at the start. Obviously, down low was as wet as, so you got caught out. But no, it's coming right. There's a wide line, there's a low line, so no, it's good.
Does that change at all your strategy going into the beginning of the night? Because that track was just, you could do laps and that was about it. There was no congestion, no race lane, no nothing. So that's totally different for your second.
No, not really. We'll go out and do what we do, but the track was actually pretty good for us in the fourth heat, unlike the warm-up laps we did, I suppose, to wheel pack it. But no, it came right in our race, and I think it's going to be the same pretty much now for the night. So no, pretty happy out there.
Yeah, it's come on all right. Tell us, how's your car sitting? No damage or little damage to speak of?
No damages, just check over. I think Jamie was the only one that picked up a little bit, and his battery died, which is just one of those things you can't avoid. So yeah, no, we're all looking good. I think we've got 6 cars all ready to go with very little or if no damage.
It's really unbelievable to look at the track that we had to begin with to see the amount of damage that there is just not hanging around in this pits. I mean, it's outstanding. It just goes to show the level of your ability to drive.
Yeah, definitely. I think the drivers driving to the conditions out there, especially in those early races. You noticed with Stratford and Hawke's Bay, nobody was putting the big shots in because there just was no grip to know what was going to happen at the other end. So they're probably more likely to fuck themselves up than anybody else. So yeah.
Congratulations on your win again. It's always nice speaking to you, but I'll let you go and get ready for your second.
Awesome. Thank you, Bianca.
Awesome. Cheers.
That's the man, the myth, the legend, Cullen Flavel down there. What's the scenes like down there in the pits, Bianca?
Sorry, can you say that again, Daniel?
What are the scenes like down in the pits? Is there grinders going off, welders going off?
To be honest, there's actually not. I'm looking around, and my cameraman, who is always in on the action, Calvin's a very good, cameraman in terms of getting out all the damage and bringing it to your life. There's none. There's absolutely none. What I have noticed is the car of 287V has been up on the jacks quite a few times though tonight. They're just making little adjustments to the suspension, and then of course the cars are going through, he's already been through to get his bumper heights checked. I might go over there and actually poke my nose in and to see if I can find out what's going on, because I've been more under this car, they've been under there since I've come in, so I'll go see what I can find out.
Yeah, Bailey Chapman didn't make it, or he got out there for that heat of his, but he picked up the back and got towed to the infield. As we look to the teams out on track, the Palmerston North Pumas.
I'm going to come over now.
Gary
I'll get back to you after this race, I think, unless there's a 3-minute bell. I'll get back to you.
8A Logan Peak, 45A LaCorey Baker, 94A Sam Wright, 95A Gary Lonergan, 89A Max Wilton, and the 659A of Matt Nathan. That is your Auckland Alley Cats. The Palmerston North Pumas 3NZ Kyle Rowe, 135p Jaden Hall, 172p Daniel Burmeister, 233p Ratia Robinson, and the 667p of Hamish McLeod, and the 669p of Brendan Ty. That is your Palmerston North Pumas, the Jack Lynx Palmerston North Pumas. Wouldn't mind some Jack Lynx right about now. So we just wait for, is it one more car or tractors? So the tractors to come out on track. So we just had some official results come through before. If you missed those results, sorry, just getting the results up here. It's a little bit frantic up here, but yeah, we've got some results. So Stormers versus Maulers, 150 to 45 to the Stormers. Vulcans versus Coyotes, 160 to 25. Young Guns over the Gladiators, 120 to 75. Rotorua Rascals over the Bulldogs, 145 to 50. They are official results so far for the Makita New Zealand Stockcar Teams titles. We see the Alley Cats and the Pumas head off for their hot laps. Of course, 94A of Sam Wright. He is the current lap record holder around this track here at TWS Paradise Valley Speedway. It's broken 2 or 3 times over the last 2 seasons. In the HSP, Terry O'Connor ejected Falcon. Kyle Rowe donning the 3NZ and the Palmerston North Pumas. It sort of looks a little bit weird out there. We haven't seen 1NZ and the 2NZ at an international teams title in a long time. Of course, Caleb Ireland not out there for the Maulers, and Josh Chiller-Walsh for the Stormers. So we've got the 3 car of Kyle Rowe, the Jack Lynx Palmerston North Pumas. Stu Russell out there, he is their manager, and Dean Mulholland, the manager of the Auckland Alley Cats, former 2NZ. Logan Peters in this team, and for a former 3NZ, Gary Lonergan. Gary Lonergan raced for the Auckland Alley Cats last time they were here 10 years ago. As we go yellow. Hot laps getting faster and faster. Of course, in a teams event, we don't have lap times out there, so we can't really tell you what they're doing. See Logan Pete in the 8A, he'll come down. No, just wanted to wave to the crowd. Bit of cat and mouse going on about now. So we see them all going through the loop of the lap scoring underneath here, us here on our brand new control tower. 94.8, Sam Wright, he pulls up to the gate. 135p, Jaden Hall. He also pulls up to the gate, as does Ratia Robinson in the 223. Gary Lonergan, 95.8. The clerk of the course gives them the wave to come out and jump the fence. Heads going all the windows. Jaden Hall's crew with a big torch. The 3-minute bell. If you're out there watching on the screen down there, Jason and the crew have got the 3-minute bell going. Just to give you a rough idea of how much time is going on. What can you see down there, Bianca?
Yeah, I can see a lot of damage. We're down here, I don't know if you guys have got this on your screen yet, but we're down here with the 88C car who got absolutely smoked in that last race. I told you Calvin was a very, very good cameraman, and look at the pictures that he's got. This car is a mess, but you know what? We've got all sorts of tools and generators and what have you coming out. Don't ask me what they are, I'm just trying to be fancy. And I actually believe that this crew is so well inept in doing what they can do that we're going to see this car in the second race.
Yeah, brand new side rail going on the side of that, the 88C car. Honestly, there's times of this that I enjoy sitting up here watching the teams racing, and you know, you interviewed my brother-in-law down there, Callum Flavor, on the 513, and he's renowned for wrecking his car at teams, and we're always straightening stuff and and doing side rails and everything like that. So sitting up here calling the teams racing, I prefer.
Yeah, and I do believe you got cookies and coffee up there too, so I'm a little bit jealous.
I don't this time round. It's not MIP. The cookies were good last week with the coffee.
Listen, for the amount of damage that this car sustained, I'm actually really surprised at how calm it is down here. Everyone just knows their job. They know what to do. They know how to get it done. They're just going about the business.
Yep. The 287V car of Bailey Chapman snapped the lift arm. Thanks, Harley Rob out there, just flicking me through a message. Of course, that's the Naughty 991C Rob race car. Recently purchased by Bailey Chapman, so that's what was happening down there, Bianca.
Yes, you beat me to it. I was just going to give you an update on that. I did go over as promised, but there you go. That's my update. You stole my thunder, Daniel.
Sorry. Harley Rob was on the money right there. Flicked me a message. So good to see him watching the live stream from down there in Christchurch. As we see Gary Lonergan come along to the grid in the 95A car. As I said earlier, he was here 10 years ago with the Auckland Alley Cats when we held it here. He's won it twice. He won it in Gisborne, won it in Huntley, defended it twice up there in Auckland. Very, very brutal teams racing track up there. .669 Pete. Brendan Ty lines up alongside him. On the inside of row number 2, the 3NZ of Kyle Rowe. Outside him, 45A, Corey Baker, 94A, Sam Wright off the inside of row number 3. And that very, very fast Humphreys, O'Connor injected Falcon. Of course, number 45, watch for him, Corey Baker. This man is a whiz at the blocks. 223, Ratia Robinson lines up on the outside of row number 3. Daniel Burmester comes back into the Palmerston of Pumas after a season off. He's off the inside of the back row. Outside him, former 2NZ, Logan Pete. They are the 8 cars ready to do battle. So we see the infield crew just shoot off to there. Max Wilton and Matt Nathan, they are sitting out for the Auckland Alley Cats. Hamish White and Jaden Hall for the Palmerston North Pumas. We are green, and you see Lonergan on the brakes trying to hold up the Kyle Rowe car. Daniel Burmester in 3rd position. Sam Wright forces him to the pole line. Gets away from Burmester, but Burmester's right there with him. Squares him up on his back bumper. Lonergan has the 3NZ car all over the back of him. Lonergan has done this for years. Ratia Robinson moves up the line, and then up the inside, the 3NZ of Kyle Rowe goes. Brendan Ty goes into the front of the 94 car. Corey Baker straight into the side of the 223 car. Daniel Burmester up the inside of Corey Baker. Corey Baker. Oh, that came so close to latching on to Daniel Burmester. Brendan Ty goes into the back of Corey Baker as the Pumas are running 1 and 3 as Pete takes out the leader and Lonergan takes over the lead. Kyle Rowe 2nd, 3rd is Daniel Burmester, Brendan Ty in 4th. Underneath us here, Brendan Ty holding up the 94 car. So we see them come up onto the back of Corey Baker now. Corey Baker into the side of the 3NZ car. Burmester launches the 45 car off the end into turn 1 and 2, carries on his way. Pete had Ty down there in turn number 2. Ratia Robinson's car's all sorts of trouble down here. So it's got a left rear gone. As Ty now, he'll move around to try to protect his cars. Ratia Robinson holds up Pete. Pete turns hard down On the 8 car, on the 3 car, sorry, can't quite get him around. Kyle Rowe now up onto the back of Corey Baker. Daniel Burmester still in 3rd position as Baker gets pushed wide by the 3NZ car of Rowe. They slip up the inside. That gives Lonergan, though, enough breathing room for the 2nd and 3rd as Kyle Rowe gets fired into the wall. Gets straight into the back of Sam Wright. Brendan Tye waits down here in turn 1 and 2, though. Next time past will be white flag if Lonergan can get around there. Brendan Tye into the back of Corey Baker. Holds him up just enough. Here comes Daniel Burmester, though. Daniel Burmester's only a little bit away. White flag for the 95 car of Lonergan. Brendan Tye gets back underway. There's 2 Palmy block cars waiting. Lonergan surrounds himself by his Auckland teammates. Brendan Tye gets on the brakes. Daniel Burmester goes around the outside of Lonergan and takes the win for the Palmerston Boomers. On the line, Daniel Burmester takes the win from the Auckland Alley Cats, snatches it out of their hand like lolly from a kid. That racing was unreal. Daniel Burmester just did not give up the hope as we go yellow and we look to the screen. First position, 172P, Daniel Burmester, 95A, Gary Lonergan, 3NZ, Kyle Rowe, 94A, Sam Wright, and 45A, Corey Baker. They are the point getters. Stu looks happy down there on the infield. Yeah, he looks real happy. He's going to get some Jack's links in him later. Right on the line. Kyle Rowe's car's looking awfully second hand down here underneath us, but how good is it to see the 3NZ just come into his own? Right here, Robinson's car looks like the shock's gone on the left rear. These boys went to war. Auckland, as I said, they won it a couple of years ago. In Huntley, they are no slouches. So we look on screen and see the Palmerston Pumas heading around the track. Give them a big round of applause, folks. That's what we came to watch. Teams racing like that, thrilling stuff right to the line. How did you see that, Bianca?
What just happened? That's all I have to say.
I almost done somersaults. almost.
Hey, guys, I'm down here with Wade Sweeting. Of course, he took out the win for the Can-Do Crushers. Listen, he's down here. He's trying to. Wade, what are you banging there? What are we trying to do?
Oh, just fixing the wheelgate. We're all good though.
You're all good? No damage. It doesn't look bent. Doesn't look. Oh, maybe a little bit of a ding.
Nah, not much. We're good. A couple of cars got a few dings in them, but we'll be sweet.
Listen, we do have to congratulate you on the win because it was, almost a game of two halves of what you started with earlier on tonight compared to what it is now. You've got to be happy with that big case of points because coming home first and second, it's a good start.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I seen Troy get put upside down. I was like, I better go here. And just didn't lift, don't hesitate. And the boys did their job, Gav on the pole line, Tyler right behind me. So, yeah, good.
We keep hearing this time and time again, and it really does make a difference that everybody knows what their job is and they're just executing it perfectly.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, the boys know what they're doing. They might be young, but they're out there to make a name for themselves, and I'm so proud of the boys. Yeah, so happy.
Listen, I mean, these boys might be young. There's a couple of people who, a couple of drivers who have made their debut tonight, but they have been at home watching on the screen, watching on YouTube, watching for years and years and years. They might be young, they might be new, but they actually know exactly what they're doing.
Yeah, it's awesome. Like 10 years ago, I was the mascot car for the Titans, and Gav was the captain of the Titans, and we're here now. I think our average age is about 23, I think, apart from Gav. But yeah, we're just so stoked for all the boys.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a good team win. Good team effort, Wade. Hey, good luck for your second race here, and I hope you get to enjoy viewing a few of these races.
Yeah, cheers. Thanks, Bianca.
Awesome, cheers.
It's cool to hear stuff like that, Bianca? You came here, you used to see those mini little stock cars everywhere sort of 10, 12 years ago, and the likes of Wade Sweeting. I'm pretty sure his dad was in the team as well, Mark, or the manager, so it's quite cool. It's come full circle. And now he's out here doing it in the amphitheatre of the TWS Paradise Valley Speedway.
Absolutely, and he's doing himself so proud. I really appreciate what Wade Sweeting brings to Speedway. He just has a real calmness about him. He's not arrogant, he's not cocky, he doesn't have a big ego. He just goes out there and he talks about it time and time again. He just gets the job done, he knows what to do, and this guy here knows how to win.
Hessel's Poultry Farm is a family-run business situated in the heart of the Horowhenua that produce over 800,000 eggs a week to your community. With 60 years experience, this fourth-generation business know how to look after their customers. They truly are locals looking after locals all over New Zealand. Head into your local supermarket and make sure you ask for New Day free-range eggs or morning harvest eggs. Hessel's Poultry Farm supply fresh, quality eggs to your local community. They are the pride of Foxton. The right machinery and attention to detail is what it takes to produce precision engineering. At Phantom Engineering, they can do exactly that. Whether it's a race car or trailer build, or even alterations, through to anything you need built for the home, your work, or the farm. Come and chat to our team that will take the hassle away. The right gear, the right knowledge, and the right team. Phantom Engineering, 317 Waihola Highway, Melbourne, New Zealand.
If you break it, we can fix it. If you want it, we can build it at Phantom Engineering.
One man, driving man behind him is Campbell McManaway though.
Yeah.
Without him, they would definitely be lost. There'd actually be a lot of drivers out there lost with a man like without Campbell McManaway. He does a lot for the sport.
Yeah.
Up on the screen is our Grizzo Bianca, 13H of Jamie Simmons, 16H James Marshall, 17H Dave Moore, 45H Matt Shaw, 99H William White, and the 361H Clinton Cheatham. They are your Waikato Raiders out on the track. 28S Phil Gargan, 32S Todd Duffy, 33S Tyler Walker, 55S Caleb Coxhead, 84S Hayden Barker, and the 992S Taylor Lamp. That is your Stratford Stormers for tonight. Of course, they picked up the Heat 1 win earlier tonight. Race number 1 win over the Meeanee Maulers with a 150-45. Picking up big points. They'll be wanting to come up against this Huntley team and bank as much points as possible. Of course, Huntley only a couple of years ago took it from Wellington. Bianca, what are you up to down there, my buddy?
I am actually down here. I really want to go and talk to any of the Pumas, especially Daniel Burmeister, who just won that. But I just wanted to remind everybody at home that these drivers here have to go and get their medical check before I can actually approach them. So I am down here, but I promise I will bring you Daniel Burmeister. Yep. I can actually see him now. He is absolutely ecstatic that he's taken that win pretty much right at the line.
Yeah. He's definitely one of those drivers that just keeps his foot hard up, and that's the ultimate teams racing mentality. You haven't lost until that checkered flag comes out.
Absolutely, you've just got to keep racing to the flag. It doesn't matter what's happened. At all costs, you have to cross the line.
Yep, sort of Brendan Tye coming clutch there as well. We've seen him do that many a times. Of course, Dad Ron, he was the madman for the Pumas for many years, and it's so good to see Brendan Tye sort of making a name for himself in the Panthers and now the Pumas as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, he's coaching his son as well. I think he's definitely going to be one to watch in a couple of years' time. Yeah, but Ronald is definitely an inspiration for all of these drivers here tonight.
Oh, 100%. A man that's been around the traps for many, many years. So, and also, you'd be a proud auntie, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, no, I am. Absolutely, I am. Absolutely, I am. But, I can't be biased. That one was a team effort. Yes, Brendan did very well, but that team really raced exceptionally well. Yeah,
and for many, many years, right from the 03 to I think it was like 2013, 2013-14, the Panthers, the Palmerston North Pumas and the Wellington Young Guns had a stronghold over the title.
Yeah.
It sort of went...
They dominated,
didn't they? Wellington, Palmy, Wellington, Palmy, Wellington, and then the Rotorua Rascals come along and took it from them, so 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And now it's quite good to see, though, we've spread it around the country. Auckland's had a couple of goes. Auckland have won it 3 times now. Won it way back in the early 90s, and Gisborne's had it a couple of times. Huntley's had it. So it's quite good to see it getting spread out and around.
Yeah, absolutely, because it just shows that one team isn't dominating anymore. Or sorry, one or two teams aren't dominating. Everyone's on the same even playing field. Listen, Daniel, you're doing an absolutely exceptional job up there. I just love listening to you. Such an encyclopedia of Speedway.
Yeah, no, it's big props to my dad. My dad's watching the live stream tonight. He's dragged me around the countryside, around teams events and Speedway events and stuff like that. So I spent weekends going here, there and everywhere. And so basically how I know a lot of stuff. And also having my page, Shane's a Sparky, it keeps me right up to date with a lot of drivers. And of course my favourite class, the street stocks. But we can see right down there on the screen, the 3NZ car.
It's getting a beating.
Got an absolute beating in there as we see the 3-minute bell. The 3-minute bell finish, and the 17 car of Dave Moore, Clinton Cheatham, just pull away.
Brilliant.
So we're about to go racing for the first round of round two. First race of round two.
Hey Daniel, you enjoy up there. I'm down here in the thick of it, mate. You just keep doing what you're doing.
I'm in my element.
You are.
There's cars getting wrecked, and I'm talking about it. So as we see the Waikato Raiders pull off the infield, Clinton Cheatham. He's off pole position. The 361H. He was in the winning team that won it down there in Wellington. Took it off the Palmerston North Pumas. Lining up outside him is the 992P car of Taylor Lamp. Taylor has done many teams races. A very good pickup for the Stratford Stormers. 33S Tyler Walker, former 1NZ, lines up off the inside of row number 2. Outside him, James Marshall in the 16H car. Jamie Simmons, 13H off the inside of row number 3. Outside him, the 32S of Duffy. Todd Duffy, that is, not brother Mark, who has that number for many years. Hayden Barker off the back of the grid, inside row number 4, outside row number 4. The man with the dreads, 17H, Dave Moore in the Van Am. Nothing goes to better than the Waikato Raiders and a Van Am in the team. Honestly, everyone out there watching live streams nodding their head. Stephen Paddle was anyway. Of course, the Van Ams out there. They have built many cars throughout the Waikato, Rotorua, Bay Park region, and it's not a team. There's 2 Van Ams actually in this Waikato team. Of course, sitting on the infield, 45H, Matt Shaw, 99H, Willie White, 55S of Caleb Coxhead, and the 28S of Phil Gargan. They're sitting out for the Stratford Stormers as we go green. Taylor Lamp leads it off from the 16H of Marshall. Duffy in behind Marshall. Dave Moore takes over second place for the Waikato Raiders. Marshall's getting forced down to the pole line of Duffy. Here comes Tyler Walker now. He moves up to 5th position, as does the 84 car. Taylor Lamp, gets spun out down there in turn 1 and 2 by Moore. Dave Moore, the race leader, he comes out of turn number 4. Heads off down the straight underneath us here in the control tower. He's got to come up on the back of Duffy though. Hayden Barker's taking care of Cheatham, as Cheatham just takes a big swing at Hayden Barker. Tyler Walker into the back of the 13 car. Gets past him, he's in second position. Taylor Lamp third. Currently only 1 block car for the Stormers at the moment, that's Hayden Barker. And he's got the 361 all in his mirrors. Clinton Cheatham, he's been in this position plenty of times. So we see Dave Moore, come around. Click another lap off, 4 down, 6 to go for the Waikato Raiders. Tyler Walker runs the gauntlet around the outside, as does Taylor Lamp. Picks up the 13. He gets into the back of him, can't quite get away from his 16 fires into the back of Taylor Lamb. Tyler Walker gets all spun up down there in the turn, number 3 and 4. Oh, Duffy hangs the 16 car out. Cheatham gets him, but Duffy, he's trying to get that thing fired up and underway again. Taylor Lamb's tied up with the 13 car. Race leader though, still the 17 of Dave Moore. Comes down here underneath the control tower into turn 1 and 2. Second place is Tyler Walker. Hayden Barker is giving chase on the 17 car. Tyler Walker into the back of 16. He gets fired off into the wall again. Duffy though, he's still running. So is Barker. Taylor Lamb looks like the only block car for Stratford. Big swing and a miss on number 13. Barker gets spun up by Cheatham. Dave Moore sitting in behind Cheatham. 1 lap to go for the 17 car. Hayden Barker's just a little bit too far back as the 17 gets fired off and 16 gets fired off in the wall again. Dave Moore though, back for the Waikato Raiders and takes out their first heat over the Stratford Stormers. Tyler Walker still coming around. He'll take out second position. So we see the Waikato Raiders supporters down here underneath us. Happy as. Last car across the line. That was a brutal, brutal teams race. Dave Moore, though, makes his return for the Waikato Raiders in style. Man's race for the Kiki Crusaders and the Auckland Alley Cats over the years. As we look to the screen. First place, Dave Moore, 17H. How about the Stratford team, though? Second, third, fourth, fifth. Tyler Walker second, Todd Duffy in third position in the 32S car, 84S Hayden Barker fourth, 922 is Taylor Lamb fifth. So that will be 100 to 95. That will give unofficially the Stratford Stormers 245 points, unofficial. So they're unofficially at the moment 245 points for the Stratford Stormers. Give them a big round of applause on the back straight, folks. Bianca, you got someone down there? You sound like you're a car now, Bianca.
Yeah, sorry, I just
there
approached Daniel Burmeister and 135 just fired up, so I do apologise for that. My microphone was on. But hey, can we quickly talk to Daniel now, or are you doing results? Okay, perfect. Listen, Daniel, that was a really well executed one and a perfect example of why you do not give up until you've got that flag.
Yeah, you just got to keep fighting to the end, and that come down to the last 2 metres. So they both had the same plan. Brendan and Logan Pete done the exact same job, so it was just a matter of what one of us got past first.
Yeah, absolutely. I actually walked away because I thought that Auckland had it in the bag, and I turned around to come down to the pits, and Daniel had said, "You've taken the win," and I was like, what the heck happened? That was a really good team effort. Talk to us really quickly though about the track, because that looks absolutely perfect for racing conditions right now.
Yeah, no, the track was pretty good. You wouldn't know we've had all that rain earlier this afternoon. Stan and the team got it back perfect. Like, you wouldn't think it was any different than a 240s race.
Yeah. Listen, Daniel, tell us, how's your car holding up? I seen you having a good look over the engine. Is everything okay?
Yeah, no, everything's pretty sound and good. We're just fighting a little bit of a electrical gremlin in that race, so we're just finding what wires come a bit loose and we'll just tighten it back up.
Oh, goodness me. I hope you do find it, because it's always those little things like that that can actually cause a big, huge disaster.
Yeah, it's always a $2 part that can cause a $100 bugger up.
Or even, worst case scenario, a loss.
Yeah, what was that, sorry?
Worst case scenario, that part can also cause a loss.
Yeah, no, we won't let that happen.
Yeah, good on you, Daniel. Hey, well done on the win. Good luck for your next race.
Cheers.
Cheers, thank you.
Awesome. There you go, Daniel. Always good to speak to Daniel Burmeister. He's a true gentleman, yes, I can say that, of the sport. And he's a really good ambassador for anyone who is watching because his racecraft just keeps getting better and better.
If motorsport is in your blood, then Speedway Garage Palmerston North and Wanganui is your home away from home. From Speedway trivia nights, car reveals and good dirt track banter, along with great food that has our famous steaks, roast of the day and classic pub meals, Speedway Garage is the place to be. We look forward to hosting you at one of our 2 locations, 528 Main Street Palmerston North or 45 Anzac Parade Wanganui. Don't forget to check out the Pits TV Garden Bar. See you at the finish line. It's action for the whole family. With 23 tracks around New Zealand, there is no better way to spend your weekends than at a Speedway New Zealand track.
Here they come to the start-finish line again.
There's something for the whole family. Sprint cars, saloons, stock cars, sidecars, midgets and much, much more. Pack up the family and make a trip to adrenaline-filled, action-packed bashes and crashes that only Speedway can deliver. Visit www.speedway.co.nz to find out the track nearest to you. Speedway, it's our summer thing.
They're facing the Meeanee Maulers. The Young Guns have the hazard tape across the windscreen. On screen though, 10B Ethan Dorwood, 48B Scott Gallup, 65B Royden Hine, 75B Leroy O'Reilly, the 78B car. That gives them tout in the 86B Bradley Singer. The Wellington Young Guns 7W, Harrison Hocking, Benjamin Ellis in the 10W, Tim Parker 21W, 31W Sam Parker, Anthony Hocking in the 47W and 62W Darren Gray. They are your 2 teams, as you can see. I don't know if you can see on the stream there. The Maulers have got tape across their front hoops and across their front visors, and so do the Wellington Young Guns. They got yellow and black tape across the front of theirs. So I guess that's just so that they can see the other teams coming. Anthony Hocking to the infield. Same with the Darren Gray car. Got Gallup and Tout for the Maulers. Off pole, Harrison Hocking in the 7W. 75B, Leroy O'Reilly outside him. Off row number 2, the 86B of Bradley Singer. 21W. That would be Tim Parker on the outside of row number 2. Ben Ellis off the inside of row number 3, and outside him, the other 10, Ethan Dorwood. And right off the back, Royden Hine in the 65B and the 31W of Sam Parker. They are the cars that are going to do battle in the second heat for both of them. Young Guns taking the heat, win first up over the Gladiators of a 120 to 75. Maulers losing to the Stratford Scrappers as they go straight to the pole line. There's about 4 cars gone down there onto the pole. Parker though, the 21W, he's the race leader, Tim Parker. Ben Ellis holding up 2 Maulers cars. Bradley Singers just tries to spin him out a little bit more. Here comes Parker, the 31 car, half spins himself when he gets into the back of Singer. Ben Ellis, he's the second Wellington car as Leroy O'Reilly just half spins himself. Hocking and Dorwood down there tangled up, but the race leader, 21W, Tim Parker coming down underneath us into turn 1 and 2, followed by Singer and Hine from the Maulers. Ben Ellis is the second runner for the Young Guns as we see Hocking into the cars down here, making an absolute menace of himself. Parker, no way through. Just gives Harrison Hocking a little bit of a tap. Hey mate, need to come through here. Parker leads the way. He's got 2 of the Maulers in behind him. Hocking sits down there on the pole line. O'Reilly attacks the front of it, misses him though. Hocking runs off ahead of him. No, sits down there in turn number 3. Parker's holding up Dorwood. Hocking now. Here comes Bradley Singer up onto the back of Hocking. Hocking jams that, brakes on. Holding up Bradley Singer, holds the second place car up. Ben Ellis, he's still the second Wellington car. He's got to come up on Dorwood now. As we see Hocking and Singer down there in turn number 1 and 2. Ben Ellis gets forced to the pole line with Dorwood. Parker has his brother in front of him now. The 31 of Sam Parker's in front of Tim Parker. Ben Ellis, he is still the second Wellington car running. 7 laps down, 3 to go. In the second race for both these teams out here. So we see Harrison Hocking into the 10 car of Dorwood again. He forces him to the pole line. Leroy O'Reilly goes past, and so does the Parker boys, the 31 and the 21. Ben Ellis is tucked in behind the 21 car. Next time pass will be white flag for Tim Parker. Sam Parker looks like he's holding up his brother Tim a little bit. Tim gives him the go-ahead. White flag though. Rudin Hind. He is the second Maulers. As we see Sam Parker get into the back of Leroy O'Reilly. Tim Parker though comes around to take the checkered flag for the Young Guns and the valuable 100 points. Unreal blocking race by Harrison Hocking. The man, the myth, the legend, Harrison Hocking, come up with an unreal blocking performance in that race. As we see him come around and last car through the flag. As we look to the screen, 21W Tim Parker from 65B, Rudin Hind 86B, sorry. Bradley Singer third, 10W Benjamin Alex fourth, and in the fifth and final points position, Leroy O'Reilly in the 75 car. You a bit happy about that, Bianca?
Wow, did I not say Tim Parker was the man to watch in this meeting? He just pulled a quick Swifty on that Meeanee car, and I think he actually thought that his brother Sam was winning, and he took out I mean, I was having a good old laugh. I mean, it's not funny really, someone had to lose that race, but that was a good game of cat and mouse, I suppose we could call it.
Yeah, unofficially, the Young Guns have 230 points. And the Maulers, what do they got there? A second and a third and a fifth. What's that, Dan? Don't have that many fingers and toes, do we?
Hey, Daniel,
yeah.
I'm just going to cut in really quickly. So you said that Wellington Young Guns have come away with 2 wins. They've got 230 points, but are the Stormers actually still sitting on 235?
Yeah, unofficially.
Yeah, okay.
So Stormers got 150 points in that first one, and then they got 95 points in the second one, so 245 points.
Okay, well, we will definitely wait for those points to become official before we start celebrating for the Stormers.
Yeah, and that's what I mean with the Stormers as well. They come away with second, third, fourth, and fifth.
Yeah, good
very valuable.
There.
Yeah, very valuable. Even though they still lost the race, they picked up big points in that first race. We've got to remember they took 150 points over the Maulers in that first race.
Yes, absolutely. Like I said at the beginning of the meeting, I don't want to jinx him, but who did I call? Oh. No, nobody wants to answer me that.
Sorry,
just
Bianca.
So you know, no, it's okay. I'll just have a conversation with myself.
No, I was just getting some official points brought into me. So
okay, hit me with it.
Okay, so the Kiki Kings versus the Canterbury Crushers. The Canterbury Crushers 140 to 55 over the Kings. Palmerston or Pumas 140 to 70 points over the Alley Cats. And we've just got to wait a little bit before the Waikato Raiders and the Stormers becomes official. Okay.
So I don't know if you heard the big rev, but before, definitely Tim Parker giving us a big thumbs up as he drove by.
Yeah, 110%. Those boys are good. Tim was in the team last year and didn't get a run, unfortunately, doing a gearbox, I think it was.
Yeah.
But yeah, good to see the second generation coming through. Of course, we had the Levine boys come through. Now we've got the Parker boys come through. Both their dads did battle together all those years ago.
Back in the day.
Well, even for the Wanganui Vulcans for a couple of years as well. So
Yeah, actually, you're absolutely right. I forgot that they were not part of the W then. But listen, they're absolutely ecstatic down here. Of course, again, I'd love to be able to go down there and talk to them.
You need to talk to Harrison Hocking. He did unreal in that race.
He actually just walked by me. I'll let him go do his head check, and then I will. Oh, yeah, his car's a little bit secondhand. It's just going past me in the tractor now. But I promise you, I will absolutely speak to them. I have to let them go and get their head check.
100%, 110%.
Yeah. And Stu's laughing at me, going, Bianca, I've never seen you so concerned about drivers before. Safety is key. We're not going to speak to him again, otherwise we're going to be here all night. Can you imagine the skiting, eh? Yeah, he knows he's laughing at me now. No, we're not coming to you, Stu. Keep going.
As we look on the screen, we've got the Gisborne Gladiators 13G, Lucas Hay 46G, Josh Mulcahy 96G, Brad McGee 98G, Bryce Simpson 164G, Willie Carr in the flat attack 185G, Willie Stevenson, that's the Gladiators versing the Wanganui Vulcans 15V, Callum Sturzacre, Big Rev, Cody Alabaston 16V, Caleb Mooney 26V, 82V, Dennis Black 99V, Cody Lockett and Bailey Chapman in the 287V. That is your Wanganui Vulcans. For this race, of course, they took out Heat. Sorry, no, that's not the bit of paper I need. This one here. Come on, Dan, mate. You've got to be passing me these a bit faster, eh? Just joking. So, Wanganui Vulcans took the win over the Central Coyotes, 160 points. They banked the most points in that round. Yeah, in that first round, they banked the most points, 160 points, after McEwen was relegated 2 positions for passing on the pole line, unfortunately. Very, very hard, but that's the rules. I'm not a ref, I'm a commentator, so I'll leave it at that. On pole position, the 15V, Callum Sturzacre outside him. That's the 96G of Brad McGee, 48G. Josh Mulcahy, he starts off the inside of row number 2. Outside him, Big Rev. Cody Alabaster in the 16V, 2J Engineering stock car. 82V, Dennis Black. Outside him, the 98 car of Bryce Simpson, the flat attack. 164G and the injected flat chassis of Willie Carr. Outside him, Kalen Mooney in the 26V. Tri-rail. Brucey drops the green flag and Sturzy. Callum Sturzy, he goes hard up on Brad McGee. You got 2 Wanganui cars. Oh, was that Mooney that just got put hard into the wall by McGee? But the race leader out in front is the 15V car of Callum Sturzacre. Right in behind him is Simpson. Sorry, Mulcahy. As he gets put hard into the wall. Simpson goes hard into the back of Dennis Black. He takes over the race lead from Mulcahy. Cody Abelaster just pushes that flat chassis into the wall. Brad McGee looks like he gets into the side of Kalen Mooney. All these reasons are hard to see out there of the 98, the 96, the 48. So race leader Callum Sturzacre, he comes into turn number 3 and 4. He's coming up onto the back of the flat attack. Mulcahy's getting held up by 82V. Simpson takes over the lead. Sturzacre into second. Mulcahy's now into second position as he pumps Sturzacre to the infield. Cody Abelaster takes over the lead Wanganui car. Kalen Mooney moves into the second Wanganui car, unsure what. Oh, there's something on the track down there on turn number 4. It's the Pits Media picking that up again. Looks like a underwriter, bumper underwriter. The amount of hits that are going out here. Surprised we haven't had a bumper or a side rail come off yet, Dan, mate. If you're wondering who I'm talking to up here, it's not my alter ego, Dan. It's Daniel Neville, does the write-up for our Rotorua Speedway page, also for the Dirt Track magazine. Make sure you head along to the Rotorua Speedway website tomorrow to see the write-up that he does an unreal write-up for our track, and also for the New Zealand Dirt Track magazine. Infield crew all happy now. Josh Mulcahy, he's your race leader from Callum Sturzacre. Mulcahy on track. He's underneath the flag box and now heading into turn 1 and 2. On screen, he comes up on Dennis Black. Dennis Black in the tank this time. Oh, fires one of the cars off to the infield. The wing comes off the roof. Dennis Black just goes up and parks underneath him. As we go red, that will be for, I think that's Brad McGee. No, sorry. It'll be the 48 of Mulcahy. I think his wing. Honestly, all these reasons out here. I'd hate to be racing out here, man. Infield crew look all happy. Clark of the course moves to the inside. We'll watch the lights go red, and there'll be a little bit of a wait, 5 seconds, and then they go green. So watch for that. Can catch a few drivers out. We're good to go. As we go green, Mulcahy spins her around down there in 3 and 4. Dennis Black just moves ahead a little bit. Mulcahy looks like he's got a little bit of problems with his car though. As he spins to the infield and just parks it there. Big Rev, Cody Eberlester, he takes over the lead from Sturzacre now. Eberlester into the back of the flat attack. Gets around him and underway. 6 down, 4 to go for the Vulcans. Currently running first, second, third. Bryce Simpson in 4th position. Mulcahy looks like he's got problems with his car down there on the infield. Cody Eberlester coming down into turn 1 and 2 now. 2 block cars for the Gisborne Gladiators. Something just, it looks like he's stalled there. Trying to go around the outside of Brad McGee. Sturzacre into the flatty. Cody Eberlester into the back of the flatty. Mulcahy just doing donuts down there on the infield. Looks like his steering's gone. Mooney puts the... McGee just goes straight into the back of his own car. Sturzacre does a full U-turn on the infield. Currently the race leader though is the 16V car of Cody Eberlester as he takes the white flag. The flat attack of Willie Carr stands in his way. Oh, that's big down there in turn 1 and 2. Mooney, but Willie Carr gets spun up by the 16 of Cody Eberlester as he comes around to take the win for the Wanganui Vulcans. As we go red out there. I think Dennis Black's happy down here as there's smoke pouring out of the tank. They're going down. Is there something on the track down here in 3 and 4? I think they're looking for a fire on Willie Carr's cars. His side rail's rubbing on his wheel. So he's double checking there's no fire underneath his car. Good to see they're taking extra precautionary, I think that's the word, precautionary measures on the 164 car of Willie Carr. Dennis Black's car looks awfully second hand down here underneath us. There's smoke pouring out of it. He's holding up. Oh, the head movement on that 96 car is unreal. Callum Sturzacre takes second position. Caleb Mooney takes third position. Bryce Simpson has not finished. So that makes a first, second, third, fifth for the Wanganui Vulcans unofficially. So we look on screen, Cody Albalasta takes the race win with a 16V. 15V, Callum Thursacre second, Caleb Mooney third in the 26V. Bryce Simpson, I think, will drop out of that as he didn't finish. And Brad McGee takes fourth, fifth position, Dennis Black. So that's 135? I think that's 135. No, 145? 55? How was that race, Bianca?
To be fair, I was actually down here debriefing with Tim Parker, so I heard it, but I didn't actually see it. So you'll probably be able to give a better rundown. But listen, I'm going to speak to Tim Parker. We've had a complete debrief, but Tim, that was absolutely epic.
Yeah, the boys just did their job, and I got away at the start, and then just keep spinning laps and seeing how fast I could go. No one was trying to block me, so that was good.
You actually had a clean run. The only little bit of traffic you had, which was on corner one there, and everyone just kind of let you go through. No one touched you, chased you down, tried to block you, spin you or anything in that race. The track was completely yours to go and have fun on.
Yeah, it was good, There was that big pile up, and I sort of slowed down, and then I found a little gap, went through it, and then, some of the other boys started to catch me, but went through up past Harry, and then he blocked them, so just easy for me.
Absolutely, and it was a really good tactic just to put that tape on the top of your cars, because it made your cars really visible. But I think the Maulers got a little bit lost there, and when they should have zigged, they zagged and just let you guys drive on by.
Yeah, in that last lap, one of the boys just let us go past because they obviously thought it was their cars. But it's awesome. We've made it through to the finals, so now we'll see how tomorrow night goes, and just go from there.
Absolutely. Now, when I spoke to you earlier on this evening, Tim, you said you've got a point to prove, and do you believe that point has now been proven?
Yeah, well, half our job's done, so obviously we come here to win it, so we're going to try tomorrow night and get the cars prepped up tomorrow morning and come hissing.
Yeah, absolutely. We wanted to speak to Harrison Hocking, but he's up watching the racing. We'll let him have that because that was actually a really good race for him. We're still not quite sure what happened, but his car's looking extremely second-hand right now.
Yeah, definitely is. But no, he's been awesome, Obviously, he's been doing a bit of blocking at home, and at the New Zealand's he was doing heaps of blocking, and he made it into that stir-off. So I think that's definitely improved his blocking, and he's definitely a good teams racer now. Like all of us were proving a point, so it's good.
Yeah, absolutely. And you absolutely deserve your rightful place in this team too, because you have just been working and grafting season on season, and we've all seen it, we've all expected it, and here you are taking all the glory now.
Yeah, no, we're all stoked, big smiles going on, and we get to go have a spa now at our hotel, so we also got the Rees Shield, so we're pretty happy with that. Yeah.
So no matter what happens from now, it's always it's just onwards and upwards, but you've actually got off to a really good start. Congratulations, Tim. Please pass on our congratulations to the rest of the team. They have actually ditched you, so I'll let you go and find them and enjoy the rest of your evening.
Yeah, I think they're going to watch some racing, so I might go do that.
Awesome. Well done. Thank you.
At Mag & Turbo Christchurch, we are New Zealand's largest Cooper tyres dealer. Made and tested in America at Cooper's purpose-built test facility, Cooper tyres are one of the best brands in the world for both their on and off-road capabilities. We have Cooper tyres in stock to fit all small to large four-wheel drives and constantly see customers getting up to 100,000 kilometres mileage from them. So if you want the highest quality of tyres for your vehicle, backed up with the best after-sales service around, get down to the number 1 Mag & Turbo Tyre and Service Centre.
Are you building a new commercial business or home? Or is it time that your existing premises had a repaint anywhere in the South Island? Then Anderton Decorators have you covered. From floor to ceiling, wall to roof, Anderton Decorators offer the latest techniques, equipment and technology to make even the hardest tasks seem simple. Anderton Decorators also has the expert team to take the frustration out of your next project. Call Shane today on 027 Painting. That's 027 724 6846. Anderton Decorators. We have you covered.
Always so humble, those boys, eh?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Both him and Sam. I mean, it's funny, though, because I'm a female. They're always polite to me, but I know they can be a little bit of a lad as well. But for the most part, all of these drivers here are really just thrilled to be here. They're humbled. They're absolutely blown away by the way that Rotorua is running this as well, because that track is absolutely magic right now. It's just like the dream meeting that we're having right now, with all the drama, but no damage. Well, not a lot of damage and what have you.
On screen, we have the grid. Sorry to cut you off. Bianca, 16T. Casey McEwen, 33T. Trezan Ryland Annabelle, 77T. Curtis Taneri, 99T. Adam Naba, 655T. Stephen Thompson in the 861T. Jacob Bolton. That is the Central Coyotes taking on the Rotorua Rascals. 5R Dion Henderson, 87R Chris Shingleton. 96R Courtney Young, 186R Jamie White, 513R Callum Flavel, and the 735R Keegan Orr. That is the Rotorua Rascals. They took out heat number one. Over the Bay Park Bulldogs, 145-50, and the Central Coyotes unlucky, as I said before, getting relegated a couple of spots. Only come away with 25 points over the Vulcans. So we see the 99T of Adam Neighbour on the infield with the 861T of Jacob Bolton. Off pole's position is the 16T of Casey McEwen. Outside him, 513R Callum Flavel. Off row number 2, 5R Dion Henderson. Outside him, 33T of Trezan Ryland Annabelle. 77T off the inside of row number 3. Curtis Taneti. Outside him, Courtney Young in the 96R. And off the back of the pack, 735R Keegan Orr. And on the outside of him, 655 of Stephen Thomas. Good to see Stephen Thomas getting a run in this race. The man from Dunners helping out the next door neighbours from Cromwell. It's pretty cool to see a Cromwell team here. Very, very unlucky to miss out on qualifying for the New Zealand title down there at Wellington Speedway. Brucey's got the green flag and he drops it. Hey mate, guys, you're allowed to go. Went green. I think everyone missed the memo. Around the outside, Stephen Thompson goes around the outside. Callum Flavel follows him. Something's happened with Stephen Thompson's car. It's just died. Callum Flavel and Keegan Orr have taken off to the lead. The 16T car of Casey McEwen's holding up the 5 car of Dion Henderson, but also Curtis Taneti's right in there as well. As they all get all spun up down there, Callum Flavel makes his way past. Is there something down on the track? Can't quite see. I've gone to look at something down here. They're pointing over to the 655 car of Stephen Thompson. He took off with a hiss and a roar, and then he just come to a stop down there underneath the flag man, Brucey. See the 16 car going over to just double check on him. You can see the clerk of the course in the window there, Maddie. Pace chute just pulling around the front of him. The race leader though, he is the 513 of Callum Flavel, followed by Keegan Orr in the 735R car. Just going around, I think they're going to check on the 655 car of Stephen Thompson, parked up underneath the club rooms there. On screen is the 16T car, Casey McEwen. This man does a lot of travelling as well. Gets around the countryside, done the New Zealand champs last year in Stratford. Reversing. Is he getting put to the infield? Oh, so I wonder if that's what the hold-up was they were just pushing the 16T to the infield. Of course, SNZ officials this weekend, Ross Thurston up here from Palmerston North. Of course, if anything official comes through, I will say it from him. I'll leave everything out of it. Stephen Thompson getting pushed to the infield. Which only leaves Trezan, Roland Annabelle, and Curtis Tanetti on track for the Central Coyotes. Men from the deep, deep south. I think the Cromwell track's the furthest south track in New Zealand. Or is it Invercargill? Sorry, Daniel Neville just told me it's Invercargill. Burst my bubble. Shot, bro. Trying to sell intelligent. As we go green for Callum Flavel, the race leader down there in 3 and 4. On screen, Courtney Young trolling that pole line. Trezan, Roland Annabelle, he hasn't moved. There's something wrong with his car. In the red light, he was trying to hook reverse and it just keeps moving backwards and forwards, and Curtis Tanetti just getting left there as Trezan hooks reverse. The Rascals are doing real well to miss him down here on the start-finish line. Curtis Tanetti spins himself to the infield. Courtney Young comes around and just parks in his way. Callum Flavel comes past him. Next time pass will be 4 down, 6 to go. Courtney Young just holding Tanetti on the infield, not letting him get out on track. Courtney Young, as I said before, holding Tanetti up, playing with him. Callum Flavel having to take evasive action around the outside of Trezan, Roland Annabelle. Keegan Orr coming up onto the back of Tanetti now. Runs around the outside of him, does the gauntlet. Keegan Orr, he knows this track like the back of his hand. Current club champ. Oh, they just missed Trezan by inches. This time pass was 7 down, 3 to go for the Rotorua Rascals. Keegan Orr still sitting in second position. Dylan Henderson third and Courtney Young fourth. Dylan Henderson up onto the back of Tanetti, puts it at the bumper into him, spins him up to the infield. Enough for Callum Flavel to get past. Tanetti though, showing all his worth. The young fella from Palmerston North. Only done a couple of teams races for the Palmerston North B team. They spin him up against to the wall. White flag out for Callum Flavel though. Needs to make it past 3 and 4. Comes underneath control tower, takes to win over the Central Coyotes, the boys from Cromwell. Tanetti puts the 5R car of Dylan Henderson into the wall. That was well fought by Curtis Tanetti, did not give up. Dylan Henderson gets into the back of him again and spins him up. So, do we have what points were what? So we look to the screen. Sorry, I've got some. Can you pick that up for me, bro? Some official results come through just before, but the 513R of Callum Flavel takes the win from Keegan Orr. 735R, Courtney Young, 96R, third. Dylan Henderson, fourth in the 5R. Curtis Tanetti with the 77T car takes out fifth position. Unreal race by Curtis Tanetti. As I think we have some official results. Waikato Raiders over the Stratford Stormers, 100-95. The Wellington Young Guns, 120-75 over the Meeanee Maulers. So that makes the Wellington Young Guns 140 points. Stratford Stormers 245 points to 240. And that is all the official results so far. But the Rotorua Rascals are showing them everyone why they are the national title holders with a 1-2-3-4 over the Central Coyotes. All right, I've just had SNZ up here telling me why the 16T car was taken off. You cannot reverse in race direction. So he was taken off and disqualified for that. That is an official from SNZ. So unlucky for Casey McEwen, a couple of little indiscretions, but hey, like it's good to see these boys travel all the way up from the deep south to take on the best of the best in the country. So we look on screen, some highlights brought to you by Makita and the Tool Shed. Have you found anyone down there, Bianca?
Oh, Daniel, you put me right on the spot. I'm actually sitting here eating some lollies, trying to take a minute to myself. So I do apologise to everybody at home. But listen, the racing just keeps getting better and better, and there's been a few upsets and surprises tonight. Mainly this Wanganui team. And again, all I can see is cars getting adjusted. I mean, they've raced the two races, right, haven't they?
Yep.
Yeah. I've just seen Cody Lockett come over here, and he's given me a bit of a side eye. He's probably wondering why I'm wearing his brother's merch. But I'll go over there and poke my head in there in a minute and see how the team is bearing up. But I do, my heart's going out to the Coyote team at the minute. They've come up here, they mean business. They were so excited to take that win. They've got the relegation and now only one car finishing. It started off as an absolute dream, and now it's just turned into a nightmare. And my heart does go out to them because, that's got to hurt. That has got to hurt.
100%. As we look up on the screen, Bay Park Bulldogs take their second race for tonight. 6M, Vincent Mortimer, Bryce Carter in the 26M. 27M, Matt Coombe, 31M, Chloe Ingram, 69M, Jaden Jarvis, and the 915M of Hadley Dixon. Troy Howard, 4K for the Kiki Kings, 6K, Graham Munn, 7K, Hamish White, 46K, Josh Humboldt, 92K, Carl Garnett, and the 95K of Caleb Hayes. That is your Kiki Kings. As they come up and line down here. Are they doing a 3-minute bell? I think they're doing a 3-minute bell down here. Caleb Hayes and Hamish White. Scotty Hottie Tennant in the window of Aaron Humboldt. Good to see Josh Humboldt. As I see my phone light up from people with a mistake. Of course, 46K TQ, Aaron Humboldt. And the 46K Stockcar, Josh Humboldt. So good to see the brothers donning the Ks. Hopefully Josh can stay with the K and they can build on this team for next season with Scott Tennant as the manager. He walks over to the other two boys' cars. Blake Castleton giving the big thumbs up to Caleb Hayes. Hamish White, there's a few cars around his car. A few people around his car. The last of the crew are back over the fence. Just waiting for Scott Tennant to move out of the way of the 95K car. Comes over to Josh Humble. Having a good old chin wag. Clerk of the course just dropping that flag, telling them they're allowed to head off. Caleb Hayes in the 95K, 7K. Hamish White in the 46K of Josh Humble. Other 3 cars out there, 92K of Carl Garnett, 4K Troy Howard and Graham Munn donning the 6K car this weekend. As we see, the outside of row number 1, 46K Josh Humble. He'll line up hard up against the fence, the 27M car of Coombe. Matt Coombe, he'll light up on the inside of him. All the other cars playing cat and mouse. Bulldogs team manager walking out onto the track. Trying to say, trying to tell his driver something. But Carl Garnett, he lines up on the inside of row number 2. Outside him, the 915 car, Hadley Dixon. Bryce Carter lines up on the inside of row number 3. Outside him, the 95K car. Caleb Hayes. Caleb Hayes put in that big hit on Troy Cleveland in the last race, the 88C down here, turn number 4. On the outside of row number 4, the 6M Van Am chassis, Vincent Mortimer, and inside him, the 7K car of Hamish White on the infield for Kiki. Troy Howard in the 4 and the 6K of Graham Munn. For the Bulldogs, the only female in the field this weekend, 31M Chloe Ingram in the 69M of Jaden Jarvis. They're all out of their cars and behind the barrier. Clerk of the course is happy. Oh, sorry, is waiting for Jaden Jarvis and Troy Howard to jump out of his car. Boys on the start-finish line getting all a little bit excited, revving the cars up. Scotty Tuhati Tennant, manager of the Kiki Kings, of course, was in the Canterbury Glen Eagles and went back to back to back. Big Bad Brucey drops the green flag and the 27 car of Matt Coombe takes off. In behind him, the 92 car of Carl Garnett. As they take off down the back straight. Josh Humble has 2 Bulldogs right in behind him. He's got them parked up on the infield. Carl Garnett spins up. The 27 car, he's in the lead. Josh Humble, Vincent Mortimer goes and parks in front of him. Oh, Hadley Dixon into the back of the 95 car. Caleb Hayes knows how to use that back bumper as Hamish White goes past the block car of Dixon. Mortimer is doing a good job of holding up Humble down there on the back straight. Carl Garnett running in second position. Hamish White comes past his teammate in the 95K car. Mortimer gets it fired up underway, as does Dixon. Carl Garnett blows past Vincent Mortimer in the 6 car. Caleb Hayes is getting under attack from a lot of cars. Josh Humble, he's down there on the pole line. Here comes his teammate in the 92K car, Carl Garnett. Second position is the 26 car of Bryce Carter. Carl Garnett slips up the inside of Mortimer. Humble on the 26 car now. He takes him to the wall. That moves White into third position. Hamish White goes hard into the back of Dixon. Again as well. Slips up the inside of him. Oh no, pushes him to the wall. Caleb Hayes all over the 6 car of Mortimer. Garnett slips up the inside of the Dixon car. Humble on the pole line on the exit of turn 4. Car's looking a little bit second hand. Hamish White can't quite get around Hadley Dixon. Oh, as the 27 car goes hard into the back of the 7 car of White. Carl Garnett tries to run the gauntlet. He's got the white flag. He almost tipped over. Coming underneath the white flag, he's got his teammate 95k. Caleb Hayes in front of him. They've got Dixon to deal with in 3 and 4. Caleb Hayes squares him up on the exit. Hard into the wall. Carl Garnett comes underneath and takes the chicken flag for the Kiki Kings. Good to see a big battle there. Hamish White comes around 3 and 4 to take third position. On screen, 92k Carl Garnett takes the win from the 27M of Matt Coombe. 7k Hamish White takes third position. Bryce Carter in 4th, 5th position Hadley Dixon in the 915M car. So that's the Kiki Kings. 1 loss, 1 win for tonight. Of course, they lost to the Canterbury Crushers, 140 to 55. So with that, I'd say 100 and... No, I'm not good at this mathematics, Dan. It's 100 and something anyway. That's all I know. 100 what? 125 to 70. Unofficial. The Kings in the first one got 55, so they put them on 180 points unofficially. As we see the Kings driving around. Give these guys a big round of applause, folks. 1 win, 1 loss tonight. Had a brutal first race against the Canterbury Crushers. You're down there, Bianca.
I am, but I am down here all alone because I cannot find a driver anywhere. How about that race, though? Hadley Dixon making an absolute menace of himself. The heart and soul of what team racing is.
Yeah, and it's just simple teams racing as well. Just use your back bumper. Another one out there as well, the 95k of Caleb Hayes does that unreal. He just uses his back bumper. And it's just simple, you know. You don't get damage in your front wheels, and you don't get the big tubings and stuff like that. So it's good to see these guys using their heads and stuff like that. But
yeah,
this race last year turned into a big wreck fest, and it was actually quite good to see a very skillful race out there. I was surprised at that 27M car of Matt Coombe. He's on debut, and he was just a little bit back behind Carl Garnett. So yeah, good to see.
What I'll do is I'll go down there and talk to them, but like I say, there's no one to talk to down in this Rotorua camp. The hard yard's been done, and they're all... Callum Flower was like, Ben, I've already spoken to you. You're out, mate. You're on your own. The hard yards have been done, and they have packed up camp, and they're probably actually putting their feet up and having a rest and watching the racing.
Yeah, go have a chat with them and see sort of what he's thinking about for the night too.
Sorry, what did you want me to ask him?
What he's thinking about going into night 2 now with a big bank of points in that second heat.
Okay, so I have a question from Daniel. He wants to know what your thoughts are going into night 2 with such a big bank of points.
I
Oh, I don't know. I hope we haven't got ourselves into a false sense of security. Central Coyotes were really unlucky in that one off the line. It became a 4-on-1 like very early on with no fault of anybody and no real teams racing. To be fair, it's probably the easiest teams race I've ever done, and it's not their fault. It's just some gear let them down, and unfortunately, we've had a good run. We got no damage, but as I hope it hasn't put us into a false sense for tomorrow night.
Do you know what? I'm going to just put it on the line right now and say, yeah, I think tomorrow night's going to be a different story. This top 8 is going to be absolutely fearsome.
Oh, definitely. Coming into this weekend, I thought anybody out of this 13 could win it. Some teams have had good runs. There's been some freaking close races out there. This top 8 tomorrow night, I don't even know where that sits. There's been so many losses and wins. There's only been a couple of teams probably done 2 wins. This top 8's going to be very interesting. And if you're top on points, the person 8th on points got just as much chance. They're all strong. You can't underestimate anyone.
I tell you what, I'll come back this time tomorrow, and we'll see what the conversation is. But listen, go and enjoy the rest of the night. Well done.
Yeah, cheers for that, Bianca. Yeah, we'll load up now. Be a pretty quiet day tomorrow, hopefully, and just go by our wayside again, and be good.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers.
Good to hear from the Rotorua spokesperson, Callum Flavel. As we see on screen, the 74C of Tyler Helton, 88C True Cleveland, 136C Tyler McPherson, 151C Wade Sweeting, 469C Gavin Marshall and Michael Arris in the 521C. And for the Auckland Alley Cats, the former 2NZ 8A Logan Pete, 45A Corey Baker, 94A Sam Wright, 95A Gary Lonigan, 89A Max Wilton, and the 659 of Matt Nathan. That is your Auckland Alley Cats facing the Canterbury Can-Do Fishing Crushers. Of course, the Crushers taking their first win over the Kiki Kings just a little bit earlier. Auckland Alley Cats having heartbreak over the Palmerston North Pumas with a 2nd, 4th and a 5th. So this race, it will be very, very interesting if the Canterbury team come up with a loss and the Auckland team come up with a win. He'll throw that 6th, 7th, even the 5th, 6th, 7th and 8th into the spanners. So we see the 74C of Tyler Helton going to the infield. He will sit out this race. He was a rookie coming into this weekend, doing one team's race. Tyler Horton. Good to see the young fella stepping up, following in the footsteps of his cousins, the Robs. Michael Arris pulls to the infield. He's the other car for the Canterbury Crushers. 94A Sam Wright and the 89A of Max Bolton. He goes to the infield as well. Off pole position, we've got the 95A car of Gary Lonigan outside him, 136C Tyler McPherson, 151C Wade Sweeting on the inside of row number 2, 659 Matt Nathan on the outside of row 2. Inside row 3, 8A Logan Pete, 88C Troy Cleveland outside him, 469C Gavin Marshall on the inside of the back row, and outside him Corey the Madman Baker in the 45A car. How good is it to see a team's race is still running a sheepskin? As the infield crew pull off and Brucey drops the green flag, Tyler McPherson goes straight, trying to get him to the pole line. Lonigan to the pole line. Logan Pete picks him up and fires him hard into turn number 2. That's where the mini stock's been there, but front bumpers, but with stock cars here tonight. Baker just forces the 469 to the infield. As Auckland Alley Cats go 1 and 2 with Lonigan and Pete. I think something's wrong with Pete's car though. He's come to the dead stop on the infield. So I hope Matt Nathan picks that up and starts. Oh, that's huge! Wade Sweeting goes full noise into the back of the 45 car. Matt Nathan full noise into the back of Gavin Marshall at the end of the straight. Oh, Corey Baker gets another tubing. He'll be tightening up those belts on the sheepskin as we see him pull to the infield. Very rarely do you see Corey Baker do that. He's got it sort of semi-fired up and underway again. Will he come back out on track? Race leader though, still Gary Lonergan. Oh, we go red. We go red for a car, one of the Auckland Alley Cats cars. Gary Lonergan though, he is the race leader in the 95 car from Wade Sweeting and Troy Cleveland. Gary Lonergan looks like the sole Auckland car running out there. Corey Baker on the infield, Matt Nathan on the infield, and then Logan Pete after putting Tyler McPherson into the wall on the exit of turn 2. He's on the infield as well. Matt Nathan fails to refire. Corey Baker's got his car back fired up and underway. Turning around on the infield. Looks like he's got problems. Kevin Marshall's car's back fired up and underway. Took a couple of laps to get his breather back. Gary Lonergan though, he's the race leader. And I don't think the Canterbury team realise that he's the leader. This time past we're 7 laps down, 3 to go. I honestly don't think these guys know he's, the whole Christchurch team's just running. You can see people down here on the front straight telling them to slow down. Seven, 8 down, 2 to go. Gary Lonergan's just in cruise control. He's got sort of half a corner to a corner up on Tyler McPherson. Next time past will be white flag. For Gary Lonergan, all the front straight is telling Troy Cleveland to slow down. Gavin Marshall's picked up on, there's still an Auckland car out there, but he's still carrying on. Gary Lonergan's going to win this race as a sole Auckland car. Gary Lonergan takes the win for the Auckland Alley Cats over the Canterbury Crushers. For 5 laps, Gary Lonergan was the only Auckland car out there. Just flew under the radar. As we can hear the cheers going down here underneath us as we look to the screen for the unofficial top 5. Gary Lonergan, the 95A car, taking the win for Auckland. Wade Sweeting, 151C. In second, third position, Troy Cleveland, the 88C. Tyler McPherson, fourth, 136C. And Gavin Marshall in the 5th position. So they pick up 95 points in Auckland. They pick up 100 points to go alongside their 70. So they have 170 points unofficial. 95 points to the Canterbury Crushers. Unofficially, they have 235 points. So they still pick up 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, but the Chalky Fishers go to Gary Lonergan. How's that, Bianca?
Look, as for the amount of people that are clapping, there's the Canterbury team just walked past me. Definitely not clapping, I can tell you. There was a lot of superlatives that I can't actually repeat. But listen, it just goes to show you how hard it is and how important it is to be able to read a race. Listen, come in here. Look at this guy here, Hadley Dixon. You are the menace of the night. That was a great teams race. How's the body holding up after that?
Oh, I got a sore ankle, and I'm glad I've had 2 kids because, yeah, they got a hiding.
Oh, God. I'm blushing. But listen, we had a drivers' meeting earlier on tonight. There was a question raised. You were the loudest voice, and we were just like, let's go racing. You were absolutely pumped from the minute you got your, I don't even know what that is. Oh my God, my life is in danger right now. You've been on fire for the whole week. You and I are Instagram friends and Snapchat friends. I cannot believe the amount of time and effort you've put into actually being here tonight, and it goes to show you had the time of your life out there tonight.
Yeah, well, I've been working big hours to be able to get tonight off, and big hours in the shed, and I just can't wait to go team racing. If I could team race every single day, I would.
Yeah, absolutely. I know that you, come hell or high water, you would be putting your hands up.
Yeah, we're still a fresh team, we've got a couple of newbies in there. And all we could do is build in from here. We lost both our races, but they weren't a major loss, they were just a loss. So the more we build together as a team, we've got more drivers now, so the more drivers we get, the more we glue together, the more we have different drivers out in each race. We build together, we get stronger, and we can get to teach all these newbies all the good and bad about team racing.
And that's what it comes down to too, the experience and taking away learnings from each race, what worked well, what maybe didn't, and how that you move on from there.
Well, as you know, you make stuff-ups. Little stuff-ups can make a big effort, a big issue at the end of the day. I'd just like to thank all our sponsors, Horse, for coming back on board again. His knowledge and everything with the busters is so good, and they got a podium. Unfortunately, we didn't get anywhere near that tonight, but there's still tomorrow. And we're going to go harder tomorrow and faster, and we're going to just beat stuff up tomorrow. It's on.
Listen, like I say, have fun, be safe, lots of learning.
Yep, always, eh?
Hey, thank you. Off you go. Go and have a drink. You deserve it. Well done. Such a character, that guy.
Yeah, we've got some grids coming up on the screen. First up, Palmerston North, Pumas, 3NZ Coral Row, the 135p. Jaden Hall, 172p. Daniel Burmeister, Ratia Robinson in the 233p. Bit of a tongue twister. 667p. Hamish McLeod in the 669p. Brendan Ty. For the Waikato Raiders, 13H Jamie Simons. James Marshall in the 16H car. 17H Dave Moore. 45H Matt Shaw. 99H William White and Clinton Cheatham in the 361H car. That is the Waikato Raiders. Of course, they took their first race win of the night. Dave Moore, very, very fast and very, very influential in that race. So all this bits of paper in front of me as they took the win over the Stratford Stormers, 100-95. So they banked 100 points in that first race. Palmerston North Pumas, they won it on the line with 140 over the Alley Cats. This race, a repeat of the final at Wellington a few years ago. Huntley prevailing there and taking it back to their home track. 669p of Brendan Ty off pole position. Outside him, the 99H of Willie White in the 99H. Jaden Hall looks to line up on the outside of row number 2 in the 135p car. James Marshall off to the infield. Done unreal battle in that first heat. Can say one man, he is a very, very tough man, that 16H. Dave Moore flying up. He's ready to go. He's got the Van Am. He starts off the inside of row number 2. Inside row number 3. 667p, Hamish McLeod. 13H, Jamie Simons. He's off the inside of the back row, and outside him, the Manawatu Mustangs member, 172p, Daniel Burmeister, 3NZ, Coral Row, and 223p, Ratia Robinson. They sit out for the Palmerston North Pumas. Sitting out For the Waikato Raiders, the 16H of James Marshall and the 45H of Matthew Shaw. The Van Am and the Van Am look alike, sitting it out. If anything of the past to go by, this race is going to be a bit of a humdinger. See Matt Shaw jumping out of his car. Stu Russell's already happy. He's just happy to be here. So we see Brucey drop the green flag. Brendan Ty straight away is into Willie White. Dave Moore around the outside. Brendan Ty collects Dave Moore. He plucks the gear and away he goes. Hamish McLeod gets Willie White around. Daniel Burmeister slips into third place, but the race leader at lap number 1, 17H of Dave Moore, passes his own car, the 13 car. First blocker for the Waikato Raiders. Jaden Hall gets into the side of Dave Moore. They both go to the infield. Here comes Burmeister. He flies around. He takes the lead. Dave Moore's had to do a big loop on the infield. You can see that infield's still a little bit wet. Burmeister from Hamish McLeod. The two Palmerston North Pumas. McLeod takes over the lead now. Burmeister reverses up. Gets it fired and back underway. Currently running 1, 2, 3. Willie White, he's moved up into second position now. Hamish McLeod first. Brendan Ty second. Jaden Hall gets forced to the infield down there on the back straight by the 99 car. McLeod does a loop down there in turn 1 and 2. Brendan Ty, Burmeister. That's the 1-2 for the Pumas. Brendan Ty forces the 13 to the infield. Dave Moore, third position, and the lead Waikato Raiders car. 3 of the Pumas tear off down the front straight. Jamie Simons in their sight. Sorry, Clinton Cheatham in their sight. Brendan Ty ducks up the inside, as does Daniel Burmeister. Jaden Hall, he's got the 17 car coming up on his back bumper. Jaden Hall just holds him into the wall. Oh, Cheatham hard into the back of him. Jaden Hall fires the car up. Trying to pluck a gear. Gets it fired up and back underway. So see Brendan Ty and Daniel Burmeister come down. Click another lap off. They get past the block man, Clinton Cheatham. Burmeister, Brendan Ty's got a problem, I think. Slow down, no, he's just letting Burmeister go ahead of him. Dave Moore still in third position with a left rear. Oh! Hamish McLeod up and over. Oh, he's just stuck on I think he's stuck on his front wheel. White flag out for the Palmerston North Pumas though. Brendan Ty, I think, has got a problem. Willie White, as we go red, that'll be for the 667P car of Hamish McLeod stuck up on the wall there, courtesy of the 361H Clinton Cheatham. Now, they will take the 667P of Hamish McLeod. They'll let him get out of his car. Cage is exposed, so hence why they'll be pulling the reds on. They give him the thumbs up. Know that he's not jumping out. Sometimes they let the driver jump out of the car and let the other guy try to pull out from underneath him. But it looks like they're stuck together quite good. Clinton Cheatham was trying to reverse off the wall there, before, and it just kept sort of standing on its side. Great shot there from the pits media, looking down on the 361 car of Cheatham. See movement inside the car. Hamish McLeod, sorry. Done this for many, many years with the Pumas. Back in his rees this year. Give him a big round of applause, folks. Good to see him getting out under his own steam. Once he gets down off, they'll get everyone to move back. And Clinton Cheatham will have his time. 30 seconds to get himself clear of the 667 car up on the wall. Clark of the course. Oh, his bumper's stuck right in there. He gets himself clear, but I think the damage might be done. Daniel Burmeister is the race leader. He's on the exit of turn number 4 down here. Brendan Tyer's car's looking a little bit worse for wear. Wouldn't be a Tyre without his car looking worse for wear. One of the Clark courses just reversing him up. As I think we might have someone down there.
I can confirm that was a mistake, but hello.
That's all right. I thought we had someone down there with you, Bianca.
No, that's all good. But what I was
stitching us up.
Yes, Michaela. She owes it. I think she. Hey, listen, I'm actually going to walk down to Gary Lonergan because we must speak to him after that race. I don't know whether or not he's come back from his medical check, but it's really hard to find a driver at the minute because they all seem to be watching this final race, which is actually probably the race of the night. There's so much going on. Golly me. Michaela, so for everyone at home, you might not be able to hear, but Michaela said, Bank, you need to walk faster because you're taking half an hour to get there and we've only got 30 seconds.
That's not what she said. No, just joking.
I was improvising. Hey, no, Gary, I think he might be down here. I think.
Yeah, this is the last race of the night.
They're still at medical check, I thought so, which is like exactly just where I came from. So after this race, we will come back with Gary Lonergan, I promise. But everything's very, very quiet down here. Quiet, yeah.
Yeah, this race has turned into an absolute beauty of a race.
I can hear you. I don't think I've heard you this excited in a long time, Daniel.
Oh, anything to do with wreck gear and me on the mic, I love it, eh? Yeah, you can't pry me away from my streeties, though.
I never took you for a streeties man, but listen, we'll have a conversation about that off here.
Well, I'll be here all night talking about street stock, so don't get me started.
Hey, how's the crowd looking out there? It looks like
it's starting to thin out a little bit. It's a little bit of a late night, was it?
Yeah.
Just almost 10 to midnight, so it's almost a normal finishing. If MIP started a little bit later last weekend, it would have gone on to midnight.
Yeah, we did actually. It was 2 long nights here last weekend, let me tell you. I've spent this, I don't know if my cameraman can see, but I've spent this entire meeting walking around in the gumboots because it's still wet down in the pit.
You've still got those on?
I've still got them on, and let me tell you, my body is suffering for it. I cannot wait to get home and get into bed. I'll come back and do it tomorrow with a smile on my face, but let me tell you, gumboots are not the way to go, girls.
Did Byron Dixon round finally steal your shoes, mate?
They are well and truly hidden. I need to say for them. He did try and snatch them from me, but no, I've hidden them away from Byron Dixon Brown.
As we see the infield stuff, just try to move Dave Moore. There he goes. Oh, Jesus.
He just about run over the infield staff there, Dave Moore. So it looks like we might go back green. I'm just waiting for the infield staff to go back to their bunkers. Thank you for all the spectators out there still here battling away. As we go green for Daniel Burmeister. He takes it out for the Palmerston North Pumas. Jaden Hall holding up Willie White. There's William White takes second position for the Waikato Raiders. Dave Moore third. Brendan Ty fourth. Clinton Cheatham fifth. So not a bad points haul for the Palmerston North Pumas. Daniel Burmeister, the 172p first. 99H. William White second. Dave Moore, 17H third. Brendan Ty, 669p fourth, and Clinton Cheatham we're taking fifth position after Hamish McLeod with his little rollover. So that is us for tonight here for the Makita New Zealand Stockcar Teams title. What a night. We've had rain, we've had late starts, we've had drama, and we've had some doozy of some hits. So tomorrow night is shaping up to be a big one. I don't have any official points or unofficial points or anything like that just at the moment. But if you keep an eye on my Shans with Sparky and the Rotorua Stockcar website, plus the Facebook page, you will see all the points, all the racing for tomorrow, who's racing what in the quarterfinals, as we said. Verse 8, and so on and so on. Then we go on to semis, everything like that. Cool little thing this year, though. The top four stay top four. No one will drop out of the top four, and no one will come from the bottom 8 to race for third and fourth. Samuel Ashton has mixed it up a little bit, which is good to see. As we see the Palmerston North Pumas going around there. Give them a big round of applause. Everyone leaving down there on the back straight. We'll see Jaden Hall just getting tubed by the 361 of Cheatham. Another view here. Putting William White into the wall. But as I said, Daniel Sparky Gibbs up here. I am over and out for the night. Yeah, and we will... Has Bianca got someone down there for an interview? She looks extremely happy, which is good to see. You got someone down there, Bianca?
No, listen.
Again.
Listen, it's a long, long night.
I'm listening.
I went and seen Logan Pete. No, don't want to interview.
Nah.
Here's someone I can interview. Here we go. The man, the legend himself, Peter Rees. He's like, Bianca, don't do it. I have to find an interview, Peter, and you were just in the magic moment at the magic spot. Peter, you're usually in the thick of this. You love a good teams race, but tell us, what's it like to actually sit back, relax, and be able to watch from the sideline?
To be fair, it's hard to watch.
Is that because you're getting a little bit of FOMO and you just want to be out there?
Oh, no, not really. I mean, you know, we just come from the biggest show in Palmy, and that was a big show. You know, tonight the rain dampened it a bit, but hey, they got through it, and it's a hard watch, a late night, long day.
Extremely long night, Peter, let me tell you. What do you expect tomorrow it's going to be like, though? It's going to be a totally different day, totally different track conditions. How do you think it's going to fare out?
Oh, obviously the top 8 deserves to be there, so, and you're right, when that track come right, the action started happening, so it should be hard on tomorrow.
It was definitely almost like a game of two halves for these, for these drivers. Had to adjust to the first couple of races, and then by the time they came out for the second, it was just like day and night, the difference.
Yeah, they all shared the first hard track, first round, and then the action started happening and the speed started getting up, and I think they did it right.
So, Pete, tell us, why are you here? I see that your truck's here, but are you here just to help out and lend a hand we needed?
Yeah, Sam asked me last year when these guys won it if I could bring my truck up, so we come in, and I'm here to watch it, of course.
It must be a different experience for you to be able to watch, but you've actually had a quiet night. You haven't had to bring the truck out yet.
No, it's been awesome actually.
Hey, yeah, I bet. Also because your body's not on the line as well, so you can keep nice and safe on the other side of the fence.
Oh yeah, but I don't mind that side of it, so no, it's cool, and I'm looking forward to tomorrow.
Absolutely. Listen, Pete, you've probably deserved a hot dog. Go and grab one, and we might be able to catch up tomorrow night again.
Oh, I might have a cold can of Coke. It's too late for a beer, I think.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I might have a cup of tea, a good cup of tea and debrief with Michaela later on tonight. But listen, Pete, thanks for your words. Always nice speaking to you, and it's really good to see you come up here and support another class.
Hey, I come from this class, so why not?
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, look, we've got Daniel over here as well. Daniel's done an absolutely fantastic job, Pete. I don't know if you've heard him up there, but he's an absolute encyclopedia of Speedway, but he didn't mention your name once. Are you a bit upset about that?
Oh, no. You're the real legend, mate. Of course, Peter was the one that took it off the Rotorua Rascals here when they formed the Gisborne Gladiators, and you guys come up here and, took it to the Rotorua team. So it was quite cool to remember that all those years ago, and of course I crewed for Darryl Wallace when these guys went up against Rotorua, and Rotorua took it off Palmy. So, it's a bit of a full circle, isn't it?
There you go. Well, listen, we're going to wrap it up for the night. We're going to let these two speak off camera, I think. But listen, we do appreciate everybody sticking around, especially like Pete said, it was a very long day. For anyone who's wanting to see or find out the official results, where can we go, Daniel?
You can go to the Rotorua website. They'll be up there later on tonight. Daniel Neville's doing all the write-up and everything like that. Kim's working overtime upstairs, do all the results and stuff. So the Rotorua Stockcar Facebook page, and then I'll just grab it and steal it off there from my page.
There you go, absolutely. So keep an eye on those social media pages, guys. Again, thank you very much for tuning in, and we will be here same time tomorrow.